LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Tuesday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 58. Coming up on OTB, we preview the college football weekend, and Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football joins the show to talk Saints. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, another day. Happy Halloween here on Off the Bench. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, and Taylor hanging out with you today, though. Looks like Taylor and T-Bob are going to be hosting today in a little TNT while Mario and Jake produce back there. If you're listening on the radio, you cannot see our costumes. We've all decided to dress up as each other. I think everybody did a fantastic job. I'm Taylor. Jake is me. Taylor is Mario, and Mario is Jake. We'll take a group picture and put it out later, but wanted to open the show standing on the chairs so you get an idea of the full outfit, as I am no longer T-Bob. I am now LP Bob, okay? And I love Miller Lite. Actually, I don't know if Taylor loves Miller Lite. I would say this. I hate Dak Prescott. And I just love complaining about being here till 6 p.m. for Brian Kelly press conferences. That is who I am today. How's everyone doing today, boys? How are we feeling?
I'm going to be freezing, but I am here, excited to play T-Bob. I even have my son's Blazers on.
Yeah, tiny feet. There you go. You got to constrict those feet like some poor abused Chinese woman.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, they're old. Jackson now wears probably a size bigger than you. But
okay, relax. I wear 12. Thank you. Not a lot of people wear 12s.
Yeah, I think these are 12s, and they are tight.
Okay. Well, chill out. I wear a 12 Triple E, okay? You don't got them thick feet like that. That's them wide feet, baby. You got them hobbit feet. My feet are like squares. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
I don't know. I can't. Taylor,
I mean, going the tiny feet thing is an extra mile. Literally constricting your feet.
They hurt.
If only we could shrink your hands somehow.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, trust me, when I wanted to get the tiny hands, and like every time I did, like held the microphone, I wanted to do it, but I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, so I didn't think it would play as well. But I can't get over Taylor's hair being pushed forward.
Yeah, the push forward Taylor hair. He has. It's tough to see on the camera, but he has a penciled-in mustache and smattering of facial hair. He has the baggy khakis on, and then Mario over there has the full hoodie, the flat bill. He's got the joggers on, and he's got he's got his own jersey.
Yeah,
with him as well. So everybody looks fantastic. I'm very excited for the group photo. It's weird. I put on, and this is not you, Taylor. I'm not saying this, but this is a look, right? I put on this outfit, and suddenly I just had like very strong political opinions about Joe Biden. It was so weird. I put it on, and I was just like, Sleepy Joe! I was like, wait, what? Where'd that come from? I also just had like a...
Did you throw all the Bud Light in your fridge out?
Like a Zyn appeared in my back pocket. A can of Zyn just materialized in my back pocket. I started yelling about Sleepy Joe, and all my Bud Light terraformed into Miller Lite.
You got to put
nowhere.
You got to put the sunglasses back on and put yourself in the meme with all the other people.
Yeah, I'm ready to respond to some people on Twitter. Okay, I'm gonna be up in your mentions, dog. Get ready for it, cause I'm gonna be there 24/7. No, fun day.
This how I have to do this?
Yep. Yeah, look at that thigh, dude. Somebody go advertise that thigh right there. I got greasy hips, dude.
Oof,
you should have seen the Nutcracker
stretch
cast.
out before I do that.
Should have seen the Nutcracker cast when I pulled my full middle split party trick on Sunday. They weren't ready for that.
You've been hyping it up in your mind too, huh?
Well, no, because I haven't done it.
I got this.
I haven't done it in forever, so I didn't know if I could still do it.
You knew.
And I was kind of forced. I hit the ground. I ain't scared. All right. Look, man, we got a big show planned today. Brian Kelly. Oh, shoot. I left my sound sheet in the office. So I'm actually going to have to go grab that. So you can go ahead and talk about the show.
Taylor said he got it, but if you'd rather go get it, we can make time there. You don't even have to run. It's fine. It is fine. Mario. Vibe check just real quick. Pels.
Not good, man. Full disclosure, couldn't watch the game because Bally sucks.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and not just.
Well, I guess that was probably good last night, though.
Yes, but it pissed me off because they kept tweeting updates and like talking about how good Jose Alvarado's uniform looked or costume looked. I mean, it's like, come on, man. Can't even watch.
Are we talking about Bally's?
Yes.
Are we talking about that garbage ass company, that rapacious loser ass company that continues? Actually, you know who I'm really mad at? It's like when we're going to talk about the Raiders and Josh McDaniel. I'm mad at ownership, honestly. The Pelicans had the chance to move on from Bally, who was clearly failing, behind in technology. The whole initiative was falling apart, and they chose to re-up with them. They chose to re-side with a company that is known for consistently and constantly screwing their customers over. There was literally no way to watch the game.
Yeah, no respect for the fan base and cry when they don't have interest in the team. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to hear it. You don't get to treat me like crap and then get mad if I don't want to be with you.
Yeah, just BS. Total disregard for the fans. They pay for this service and it doesn't work. Like, absolutely unbelievable.
How they do not have if there's not a 3 months free on the back end of this for all paying customers, it's an absolute joke. I thought it was. I'm so Bally apathetic that I just thought my thing was not working. Couldn't log in. I'm at dance.
Same.
I'm trying to watch it. I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. You know what? I don't even care. I got enough going on. I got other stuff that I can do. Whatever. And no, come to find out, all of Bally down. I spit on you. Absolute pathetic. I spit on Bally and I spit on Pelican. Well, I don't really want to spit on Pelicans ownership. It's a little mean, but. Y'all made an awful choice. We said at the time it was an awful choice, and look, it's being proven to be as awful as ever. So, yeah, I got some thoughts on Bally. F him. Pathetic. And you know what? Of course, what was going to ruin this Pelicans momentum? Bally. I guarantee if that game was on TV last night, the Pelicans would have won. But instead, Bally had to get involved and wave their little bad juju around and ruin everything. Like an awful Halloween movie. I hate them.
Well, you missed Steph Curry scoring 42 points.
Yeah, ironic that he finally plays in New Orleans and nobody
can see him.
Watch. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Oh. I mean, maybe I don't know. Whatever. We could talk about Bally again later. I really find it unbelievable they're trying to get people in a time when, and even at a time when all streaming networks are raising their prices, right? Like Netflix, Disney, everybody's raising their prices. Still no one's at $20 a month. And Bally wants you to pay $20 a month for a service that doesn't even work. And then I know a lot of y'all pay for NBA TV as well, the real hoop heads, and you can't even get the game because it's blacked out locally because of Bally. I mean, it makes me sick to my stomach in how pathetic that is. It's just infuriating. It's infuriating. All right, why don't we do this so we give ourselves a little time? Let's go ahead and actually go to break on time out of the first segment for once. And then when we get back, we have a million Brian Kelly bites to get to as he had a very long sit down with the media yesterday. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's the inverse of Bally? the customer service and the attention to detail and the product that you're going to get from K to Z window coverings. If you want window coverings that, wow, we're talking interior, exterior. You bring your outdoor living space to the next level, maybe a bedroom, maybe a theater room, an office, whatever the case may be, or maybe just something aesthetic, right? Whatever the case may be, you want to take advantage of Brandon Barton's 25 years of experience. Go to ktozblinds.com. We love teaming up with local family businesses. That's what this is. Again, Brandon Barton took this thing from his mom and made it into something way bigger than anybody ever would have imagined. He's been in it, like I said, a quarter of a century. I'll trust the experts at K to Z.
225-791-1220 is the number. Get your consultation set up. He's going to come in and tell you exactly what you need for your space. Every space is different. He's going to help customize your space. K2ZBlinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Life in Louisiana is a song. A symphony of sound, colors, and movement. Life is here. Now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206.
104.5 this Sunday to catch 3 different NFL games. We start with the noon kickoff, the Seahawks at Ravens. Immediately following that, it's the Cowboys and Eagles. And then our night game, the Bills at Bengals. Catch all of those games here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You'll only come out at night, lean and hungry.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Ooh, look at those jeans. Oh, I get a nice little stretch. So, y'all, welcome back to Baton Rouge. Briley says, didn't feel a juice yesterday, T-Bob. Does Bama not do it for you anymore? You just being bracing for an LSU loss. Shut the hell up, Briley. Haven't you ever done a competitive thing in your life? It's called conserving your energy and slowly ramping it up once you get to game day, okay? Because there ain't no mistake, bro. That train is coming. Train's coming down the tracks. And we're about to get into this Brian Kelly sound because I think Brian Kelly sounds confident, man. I really think he does. There ain't no shying away, okay? He's basically laying it out in the press conference yesterday. This defense is going to have to do enough. And the best part of your team, the offense, is going to have to be at its best. And he's got confidence in the offense. They're ready to have, saying that, look, man, they're confident. They ain't scared. Get the hell out of here. Briley. I'm inspired by Dabo's Tyler, which I do want to play. I actually want to play the entire Dabo 5-minute clip later and adjudicate whose side we're on. Because I think I could go either way with it. For those that missed it, Dabo got a little triggered at his coach's show, but I thought it was kind of like, I don't know. I thought did you listen to the whole thing, Jake? I'm going to be interested to see where you, we're going to do that in hour 3. I'll be interested to see where you land on the other side. Cause like, it's one of those where at first you're like, wow, he seems really insecure. But then you're like, okay, but actually, I mean, I don't know. You know, it's kind of like the guns blazing technique maybe actually works in a weird way. I don't know. We'll adjudicate it. Like I said, later in the show.
2-4 in conference play.
Yeah, no, and Notre Dame coming up next. So, which I can't decide, is that bad or good? Because it's probably a loss. But if you win, then that helps pretty immensely.
Yeah, but still bad.
Yeah, I mean, probably because you're going to be 4
The
or
number's
5.
only 2.5 for Notre Dame, by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's in Memorial Stadium, but still 2.5. Oof.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit surprised, given that Notre Dame seems to kind of be rolling right now. All right. Let's go ahead and get into some of this Brian Kelly sound. He addressed the media yesterday. Let's just start at the top. This is Brian Kelly talking about the opportunity presented by going to Tuscaloosa.
Certainly an exciting week. Get an opportunity to, test ourselves against an outstanding football team in Alabama. And I think everybody knows that, this is, one of those games that, puts you in a position to challenge for an SEC championship. So we got to go on the road to Tuscaloosa. We've got to raise our level of preparation this week. It's not about rising up to the competition. It's rising to the level of preparation necessary to play an outstanding football team in all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams.
And then here is Brian Kelly, too, on how they used the bye week to get ready for that opportunity.
I think it was important for us to do some self-scouting, some things that we needed to work on. I think it was important that, from a technical standpoint, we continue to grow technically in some areas on both sides of the ball. And then, you still want to meet a workload, criteria, because, you just can't continue to go through the season, then all of a sudden, put up a stop. So we got to about 70% of our average workload last week and gave the guys some active rest over the weekend. And then they reported last night, and we're back to work today.
How about this, Jake? So nowadays, all this analytical tracking, these coaches can put exact percentage points on their workloads. I believe Nick Saban said Alabama only did 67% of their work. Let's go. LSU literally outworked Alabama by 3% during the bye week, boys, okay? A responsible amount of outwork there. Now, Brian Kelly, actually, just give me Kelly 6. This is a real quick one. This is an update on the cornerbacks.
Deuce is not available. Denver's not available. Zia's not available. Ashton Stamps will practice today.
Tight. So, and he would reiterate, let's be clear, Deuce and Denver, it's kind of like that meme, like, it's just like, no. Like, they're not available for whatever reason.
They're still on the team, though.
Yeah, and good standing, which I didn't understand
but not
that
playing
answer
or
from
practicing.
last week. Yeah.
It's like T-Bob and I last week.
Yeah,
good
exactly.
standing, but we couldn't be here.
Exactly. And then, go ahead.
Man, I mean, you brought in all of those players. Now, one's because of injury we saw, but, the other two, you don't know why. I mean, you have speculation, but you don't really know exactly why. It's like that's who you brought in to try to fix that position. Now, they didn't necessarily fix it, but that's what they were brought in for. And so, now you got to count on some players that just haven't done it before. And are they going to take they don't even know any better? Or is there going to be, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people in this stadium.
So a couple of things to touch on with exactly what we were talking about. First off, let's talk. It was a very good question. I wish you could credit who asked it, but I can't remember who. But they're basically asking, when you have guys like that and there's so much pressure to win, does it make it hard basically to sit guys for kind of discipline reasons, right? Because Alexander's hurt, and it sounds like he's going to be hurt for a while. Mekhi Wingo, they said, out for the season. Then he later came back and said, well, 6 weeks, so that sucks as well. We'll get to that. But it's going to be 10, Mario. This is Kelly 10, and this is on that just the win now pressure kind of make it hard to do things like sit two players that are your best two guys, but for whatever reason they've run afoul of your process.
It's never been a problem for me because I have a vision for our program, and the vision includes more than just winning. It includes developing excellence both on and off the field, and so we're certainly not there yet. We have to continue to grow relative to the identity of our football team. So I know I'm hired and fired on wins and losses, but I've never really worried about that. This is the 5th program I've taken over, and I've always built the program based upon excellence in the classroom and on the football field. And then that process has usually taken care of itself, and it's equaled success. So I don't think I've ever looked at it that way. And it helps when you have a 10-year contract, too.
I do love the honesty there at the end, which, straight up, that does take off some of the win now pressure. So basically saying, I don't care how much you complain or get angry. At the end of the day, if you run afoul of the process, where I don't care who you are, we're not going to play. Now, what does that leave? That leaves Jeremiah Hughes, as we said, Ashton Stamps, who's maybe the exciting name in there, hopefully back and fully ready to go. Toviano, and then I guess Sage Ryan and corners. I don't mean that in Sage. I mean that whole group's just wow, it's crazy how you got here. But here's what BK, this is Kelly 7. No, excuse me. No, this is Kelly 8. This is on why he thinks these guys are ready.
They've been around long enough now. I mean, you're into the season now, 8 games. They had, some time here in camp and some mid-year enrollment. So to say that they're inexperienced, yes, they haven't played a lot of SEC games, but they know what they're doing. They understand our techniques. They know what's expected of them. So we're in a position where we feel comfortable and confident that they can go out and get the job done.
And then here, give me Kelly 9. This is a continuation on the young cornerbacks.
I'd say more than anything else, you have to have confidence in your players and their ability to do it. And I've got confidence that, whether it's Jeremiah Hughes or Toviano, Ashton Stamps, all 3 of those freshmen can go out and play at the level necessary for us to win a championship.
That's a strong sentence there at the end. Play the level for us to win a championship. Again, Brian Kelly not shying away from these things. And finally, at the end of the press conference, he would wrap back around and once again mention the young corners. It's going to be Kelly 26 here, Mario.
They're elite players coming out of high school. And now you're putting them in a position where they just have to be confident and trust their technique and trust what we've taught them. And so now it's taking that trust and putting it in from preparation to performance and playing emotionally at a level which allows them to do their job. And I think we've been at it long enough now where these guys are ready to go. They got no choice, but these guys are ready to play. And they're young. Many have said inexperienced. I get it. They haven't played a lot of SEC games, but these guys are really good players. And they'll get out there and they'll compete for LSU.
Jake, what do you think about that, man? Is this BK, trying to juice up his guys a little bit mentally before this game, or do you think he really kind of means what he says here? Because it is at odds a bit with his post game, even from maybe last week or the week before, where he's like, "We got freshman corners," I mean, they're freshman corners. At the end of the day, they're freshman corners, and now it's like, no. These guys are great recruits, and they've been around now for half a season. They can do it.
And I mean, Teviano is one of your highest rated players that you had in this class. I think he was third overall in this class, and so he did have pretty high expectations coming in. And maybe he got a chance to see them during the bye week. Maybe he got a chance to see them with the ones that he hadn't really had that opportunity. Maybe he likes what he sees there. In college football now, there's no longer, hey, you're going to come here, you're going to redshirt, and you're going to learn, and then you're going to play, and you're probably going to play in your third year after you've sat behind. No, it's not the case anymore. Like, you have to play fast now because of the portal, because of the way rosters are, because of the way they recruit now. So, I mean, you brought these players in. These are guys that you recruit. It's nobody else's recruits.
Yep.
I mean, this is somebody that your staff saw, you evaluated, you brought in. And I think what he's saying is you've been here. Like, you've been here for the spring, and now you've been here through the summer camp, and it is now time. Like, there's no MAs. There's no missed assignments on easy stuff. Go out there and play your technique. And, again, like, these are players that they brought in, and, how much they can count on them, I don't know. But he does sound confident. And usually Brian Kelly, he doesn't really try to hide much.
No.
Like, if he feels something like he did after the game about freshman corners, he's going to say it, which, we can appreciate here in the media. But that was a confidence level of, I think he saw them during the bye week. He saw them do a couple of different things, and he's got some faith that they can go out there and have some success. Are they going to shut Alabama's receivers totally down? No, probably not.
I mean, granted, against a group that seems to be as young, maybe a couple different guys can pop off, but you're really concerned about, you're concerned about Jermaine Burton. He seems to be the one that all year long, when Alabama's found success, it's just because he's gotten going. And maybe because it's been such a singular source, that actually helps LSU a bit, in that regard, because maybe you can, I don't really know. We've kind of talked about before. It's tough to think that you can just scheme to shut down one guy too much, but maybe there's something there. Briley says, that doesn't sound like bravado, Kelly. It might be speaking in existence, Kelly. It does sound confident, though. I agree he sounds confident. I thought this answer on the offense sounded very confident. Here is Kelly 12 on kind of the offense, not feeling the pressure that they have to do too much.
Yeah, I think the offense clearly recognizes their ability to be explosive, but have balance on offense and defense. So there's no reason for them not to be anything but who they are. And so I think that there's a confidence level that, if they prepare the right way, if they stick to their process, that they're going to have success. And so I think that that's been their mindset, is just practice and, put in the preparation the right way, and things will take care of themselves.
I thought that was very, I like that answer, because I don't know about you, Jake, but that is one of my worries, is the offense feeling such a pressure, a need to be like, no, So some of the feelings we talked about earlier this season, where it's like, anytime you don't score, it's like, oh my God, is that going to be the difference in the game? Like, it's a very real feeling going into this game. It's a very good defense. Like, they're going to win some stops against you, and the offense being able to kind of stay within themselves, not panic, and just to continue to do the things that got them to this point is going to be paramount to success.
Yeah, that's what Jaden's been really good at this year, is not pressing anything, allowing the game to come to him. Reading the game and making the right play, right? Whatever the coverage is, finding the open receiver, the last thing that you want is for him not to be himself, because he feels the extra pressure of having to go out there and do everything that you're talking about. Try to make the play when the play's not there to be made, because you feel like, man, we got to score every single time we get the football. Like, that's probably how they felt against Ole Miss. I've never been in that situation like that, but I have to imagine that's how they felt in that game. And then if they didn't score, it's like, are we going to be able to go out there and get a stop, and get us the ball back without them scoring any points? And so that's what the offense has to do, because the offense is going to have some success in this game. To what level, we don't know, but they're going to be successful at times without question. It's not going to be a 9-6 game. We can promise you that. So the offense has to allow the game to come to them like they've done such a good job of a majority of this year. Whatever the defense has given them, they have taken advantage of it with their, the totality of their weapons. And so that's the one thing for the offense, is Jaden not forcing the issue, being who he is, because who he is probably the best quarterback in the country right now.
Well, and it's interesting because he was asked about Jaden's Heisman hopes. It's going to be 18, Mario, and how people are kind of painting this game as, look, this is going to be it for, Jaden trying to win that award. And I thought, again, talk about being honest, and a lot of time honesty and confidence kind of go hand in hand here. I thought this was a pretty upfront answer from Brian Kelly on what this game means.
It'll be part of the body of work throughout the entire season. You know, he's going to have other games. He's going to have the Florida game and Georgia State and Texas A&M and postseason, but it'll certainly be part of the body of work. If he throws 4 interceptions and, you know, certainly we don't play well, that will be part of the body of work throughout the entire season. So, again, I don't know that it's one game that makes or breaks a Heisman. I think it's the body of work, and I think we're seeing that as the season, you know, plays out. But certainly, you know, he's going to be judged on the entire season, and there'll be a lot of eyes certainly on this particular game.
So basically acknowledging there that, yeah, man, look, it's all together, but that this game in particular does mean a bit more. And then finally, here is Brian Kelly talking about, he was asked, is Kelly 13? He was asked about, hey, I guess he said something after the Army game about how much he's enjoyed coaching this team, maybe calling it the most fun or one of the most fun jobs he's ever had. And he was kind of asked to expound on that a little bit.
This is a young group of players. You know, we traveled 21 freshmen again this weekend. We had a slew of transfers come in on defense, and it was really a new group that we had to kind of, you know, onboard, if you will, in the second season. And so just the development of the football team has been enjoyable. Watching the growth of the football team. They've done everything we've asked them to do. They have done the little things, and it's been hard. It's not been easy. You know, there was a difficult loss to start the season. There was a very disappointing loss on the road, but they haven't backed down at all, and that's been enjoyable as a coach.
Yeah, and let's see if they can keep it going with these young guys. It's kind of crazy, man. Traveling 21 freshmen is quite a bit. That's a full quarter. I mean, what's the travel roster, Jake? 80? Basically 85?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Is it less?
70, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe so, actually, because
Yeah.
I think scholarships is like 80.
Scholarship's 85, yeah.
Yeah, and so and you don't travel, the whole team doesn't travel. So you're talking about well over a quarter of the roster being the travel roster being made up of freshmen, which is not always
it's
the
70.
norm.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So a very almost a third at that point of the travel roster being freshmen. So it's weird because this team is so strong and so experienced in some areas that you can kind of lose sight of how inexperienced it is in others. Let's see if this young team can go into Bama and get it done. Finally, okay, actually last one here. Let's do Kelly 23 as he talks about making up for some of these key missing pieces on defense.
Clearly, we'd love to have, you know, Wingo in the lineup, but he has an injury, and we're built for injuries. You can't be built for 11 players. We have depth. We have good players that will step up and be ready to play, and will play at a high level. So, again, it's part of football. In this game, if you lose one guy and you're not able to answer the bell, then you're not very good. We think we've got a good football team. We're going to miss them, but we have guys that will step up and compete at a high level.
I mean, yeah, pretty honest right there, dude. Next man up. If you can't handle it, get out of here. This is maybe when, even though I know that his reputation has taken a bit of a battering this year, Jake, this is maybe when something like the NFL mindset for like a Matt House maybe comes into play in terms of getting the next guy ready to go at least a acceptable level, given that I feel like in the league you have to do more of that maybe so than in college, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just grasping for straws here. I will say this. Me and my guy Bull Hurley were talking yesterday at dance class at Therese, and we were trying to put together a little optimistic gumbo, and he raised a good point, dude. You know, Jordan Jefferson gets so much blame for the 2011 Natty, which is absurd, but he never gets credit for the 9-6 win, when there's no way that you win that game without him coming into Tuscaloosa and going off and getting you that win in the game of the century. And so who knows, man? Maybe this is Jordan Jefferson's time once again to go into Tuscaloosa and play a key, pivotal role in coming out with a win. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I like how you got there.
That was Bull. That wasn't me. That was all Bull. It's a great point.
That feels like a Coach Bull right there. He's been good this year. Now, it falls on him certainly, but also Jacobin Guillory. Like, now you got to be Jordan Jefferson.
Yep.
Like, you got to be that next guy in. You've been here for a long, long time. You've made plays in your LSU career, and they're going to count on you. Like, Jalen Lee might get some. The transfer from Florida, he might get some extra run. He's going to get Guillory snaps. So, everybody just got to go up a level. Now, again, Jefferson's been really, really good. One of the higher rated guys in the SEC. But like now you're going to have more plays. You're going to have more responsibility. So it's not just going to be in flashes. You're going to be out there probably, 80% of the time? And so you guys step up. It's going to be on you. You're replacing an All-American. That's not easy.
Well, and Kelly did say, though, that he has been their highest graded lineman all year long. So we've been wanting more Jordan Jefferson opportunity, and, well, there's no bigger opportunity than the one staring him in the face right now. Also, Bama's O-line kind of sucks, especially the center. The center's garbage. He commits penalties every game. He gets owned all the time. This D-line, I don't know if LSU's D-line is good enough to take advantage in the ways like Tennessee is a very good D-line. You saw them do it. A&M does. You saw them do it. But even Ole Miss had some success, and I don't think they're a particularly good D-line. So hopefully this LSU D-line gets something going. All right, when we get back, let's talk about Jalen Milroe. There's a lot of debate going on in the chat about what kind of quarterback he is. Let's discuss next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota. Dude, I ain't going to lie, Jake. Caitlin was texting me yesterday, my wife, and she gets compliments daily on how sick the Murdered Out Mini looks. Somebody yesterday told her, said, I've never seen a minivan that looks that fast. Said, hell yeah, dude. It does have kind of a fullback sort of feel. Like it's athletic but thick. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is, though, that could be you. Okay, you get that custom Sienna, man. Whatever you want over there at All-Star Toyota. Go to allstartoyota.com. You can do All-Star Toyota Express, or you can order that right there on the website. Or go see them today. Look at the on-site selection, what they can order you, whatever you need. It's all there at All-Star.
You can get the Murdered Out Mini if you want to customize your Toyota, if you want to look like, a thick, athletic fullback. But also, like, if you want to, maybe look a little faster. Like, we used to wear all white cleats. Sometimes we try to look faster. Get an all white minivan to look a little bit faster. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on select new 23 Ford F-150 trucks. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Parts Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West talking Tigers, Sharif Ishak talking Saints, and a look back at LSU's basketball exhibition. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Sup, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Jake, there's a lot of debate on Jalen Milroe in the chat right now and what kind of quarterback he is. And I'll say this, it's as interesting of a quarterback breakdown as I've ever seen, as there's some stuff that you would say, well, he's not that good, right? Like the 13-5 touchdown to pick ratio isn't necessarily anything to write home about. But he's also the second highest rated passer in the SEC, even with that 13-5 ratio. He's completing 65%. I don't exactly know how, but he is. He's got a rating of 174. Jaden Daniels, of course, in first at 204. Brady Cooks at 166, along with Carson Beck, so right behind Milroe. 10.6 yards per attempt. So, again, explosive, right? Milroe is not a volume guy, but he is efficient. And he is explosive. And for all the talk of, oh, you've got to get after him, I don't know, Jake. He's been sacked more than anybody in the SEC, and I don't know that it really has mattered that much. Alabama's given up 35 sacks on the year, dead last. But as Chad points out, Jalen Milroe is completing 75% of his passes when pressured.
Yeah.
I think he's got an NFL passer rating of going into their last game, so I don't know how much has changed against Tennessee, but I'm guessing he got better even, honestly. He had an NFL passer rating of like 125 when pressured. So, like, yeah, you can get after him, but for the most part this year, he's made up for that for explosivity. So if you're really trying to stop this Alabama offense, you just have to try to cut down on the explosives, which really goes back to everything that this LSU defense has been working on all year long, trying to get better at least.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm looking at his breakdown, Jalen Milroe's breakdown of games, and obviously he didn't play in the South Florida game, which still is head-scratching why they made that decision to start Buckner, and then Ty Simpson came in. But when you look at what he's done the last couple of games, certainly they've been against better defenses, against Tennessee and against Texas A&M. His numbers have gone down. His grades have gone down a little bit, but he is still a player that you've got to be careful with because – like T-Bob said, like in the chaos, that's kind of when he plays his best, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's why he's in there. Because if he wasn't, like, they really like Ty Simpson in Tuscaloosa. Ty Simpson came in against South Florida, and it was chaotic in the backfield, and he did not do well. I mean, he was just basically standing there, taking shots, didn't know what to do, couldn't step up, couldn't find time. Milroe is really good at that. He is really good. And I'm not talking about like rushing, escaping, and running down the field. I'm talking about buying time to be able for his receivers to come open. And so that's what you have to do because when he does that, then you think, oh, well, I've been covering this guy for 4 seconds. Surely the ball is either out or he's on the ground, and he's not. And that's where he really lives and thrives in. So that's where you have to be careful, T-Bob, because he is not back there to be a guy that escapes and then becomes a runner. He escapes to become a passer still.
Yeah. And so what role do you think Harold Perkins plays here? Obviously, Perkins is a spy on Bryce Young. This was like just a masterclass in spying a quarterback last year. In that nickel Sam role, he doesn't do as much of it this season. Brian Kelly did talk about how much having Omar Speights has meant to this team. And look, let's be clear. They're going to try to run the ball. And so we'll get into that. But what kind of role do you think Hercules plays this week?
I mean, he'll spy Milroe for sure. It won't be probably as much as we saw last year, certainly down the stretch where Harold Perkins was on there because he's been so good in coverage and because you need some coverage guys.
Yeah.
And he's done a really nice job there, but he'll have a role. Like, that will be him. And I don't know how much you use it. Is it on third down, Steve? Is it on 3rd and 7 where you don't want to get your back broken because you have everybody covered up and he runs for 8 yards? I would assume they're going to pick and choose their spots. Now, one thing that they do really good is they'll disguise a spy. He's not just going to line up right in the middle and just shadow him. I mean, he'll line up on the edge, and then he'll drop into the spy role. He could be a situation where he's on the slot, and then he kind of motions in like he's going to blitz off the edge, and then he ends up in the spy role. So that's really the challenge for me. I like him in that role. He thrives in that role, but don't just show that role. Even if you want to line double A Muggs right there with him and Speights, and then maybe Speights does end up blitzing, and then you have Perkins drop out to become the spy. Just don't line up in it. And I think that is a position that Harold does such a nice job of. And Milroe's not played a player like that. He's not had somebody spy him that has that kind of closing speed.
And make no mistake, Harold Perkins is back in Harold Perkins form. For Matt Houseman, we talk about get out of jail free games, golden ticket games. This is it. You get enough out of this defense this game, we will, praise when praise is due, criticism when criticism is due. If you somehow take this defense that is so injured and suspended to all hell and young and inexperienced and you do well, that's something you can hang your hat on. When we get back, let's wrap up hour 1 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company. I spy great purlin, tubing, and steel buildings at the best prices. And I spy him over there in Gonzales, Louisiana. That's right, guys. If you want to go check it out for yourself, and this is not, look, if you're a business and you have steel needs, they got you. But this is also personal. Like, let's say you have an RV or something, Jake, and you want you just want a little overhang to keep it out of the elements, everything else. They got that, and you can go see it live and in person, deal with the live and local sales team, boots on the ground. And remember, you get the best prices because they go direct from the wholesalers to making the product on site, no middlemen jacking up the price. Community Steel Company.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, roofing and sheet metal, if you want to add that metal roof to your home, metal buildings as well, and everything's going to be custom, obviously, trim, different things they can do for you. You can find that all on their brand new website, CommunitySteelCo.com is that new, CommunitySteelCo.co.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. National College football writer Matt Fortuna is here. We'll chat with Sean Salisbury and film review with Matty Hudak, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. We were just lamenting the fact that you got rid of Thomas Morstead, who's still awesome at punting the ball, and now you got Lou Headley, who's not so good. Whatever. All right, let's wrap up our LSU Alabama conversation kind of for today, and then I want to get to Monday Night Football, college football, NFL, all that sort of stuff, and probably crapping on Bally a little bit more. Also, we got OTB Mailbag coming up. Let's do a little spooky edition of OTB Mailbag if we can. But Jake, how do you think LSU is going to perform against the run? Because the rush defense has been a mixed bag this year, right? Some real low moments, like great against Florida State, actually.
Yeah.
Real low against Southern, great against Mississippi State, awful against Ole Miss. And by the way, Quinshon Judkins has not really gone off again. I haven't checked the Vandy stats, but he immediately came back down to earth the week after LSU against Arkansas. You were really good against Auburn, obviously. I think a healthy Omar Speights has helped immensely. I guess what I'm getting at, how do you feel about LSU's ability to kind of – because that's where – I mean, think about it. In the second half of that Tennessee game, Alabama threw the ball 7 times.
Yeah.
Like, they just ran McMillan.
I wondered, like, what they think that their advantage is going to be. Like, is it going to be because they think, oh, man, young corners, like we've all been talking about, that's going to be our advantage, and we are going to try to do whatever we can to get the ball in the air? Is that what they're going to do? Because I think with what you have available, that might be the best thing for you if they decide to turn around and just run the football. Because now you do have a healthy Omar Speights. Jordan Jefferson's been really good against the run in the middle. So actually, like, if that's what they try to do, that would play more into your hands than them putting the ball in the air, just because of who you have available. Even like your safeties. Like, your safeties are probably better against the run. Well, not mine, probably they are better against the run than they are the pass.
Andre Sam's run fits have been night and day better from what they were earlier in the year.
Game 2, they were
awful.
Worried.
Game 2, Ole Miss. I mean, the Ole Miss was just the most awful defensive film I've arguably ever seen. But it's been way better. It's been way better as of late. And it's weird because at the same time that we're saying that Jalen Milroe is pretty efficient and explosive, and highly rated, it does feel like he's still not like the correct game plan for him is still not just pass it to victory. So I don't know, man. I got to be honest. The more I think about this game, I'm just too close to the case. Like I cannot form an objective analytical view of this game.
I'll back you up. As far as run grades, run defense grade, you're right. Against Ole Miss, it was bad. It was 63%. Against Missouri, it was actually worse. Schrader had a big day. It's 54.7%. Now you come back against Auburn, 77%. You come back against Army, 80.3%. So it has been better, and certainly
is that
Auburn
overall,
game.
or is that Sam you're talking about?
No, this is overall.
Okay, overall.
Yeah,
okay,
no, this is overall as a defense, right? And you went through a stretch where you were in the 60s against Arkansas, 69.8, and again 63 against Ole Miss, 54 against Mizzou. So you have played much better against the run. And look, Auburn, they can't throw a forward pass, great, but they want to run the football, and your run fits look much better on that tape. Now, I'm not going to take a lot from Army, but it has gotten better. When you watch the tape, right, if you're doing a little self-scout, they are in the position they are supposed to be in. They're taking it on with the proper technique. The safeties are coming in when it's getting spilled to them. Yeah. They're not diving at ankles.
Yeah, people are finally starting to trust their job and trust their teammate. That if I do my job, then I don't have to do this other person's job.
Yeah, because
people aren't breaking off of routes. Or
some of y'all know this, but like a linebacker, like sometimes he knows he's not the guy that's going to make the play. If they've got a pulling guard, he knows he has a technique that is the proper technique to take on that guard to send it to someone else to make the play.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, I mean, it's everything we talk about when quarterback scrambles, you got to stay on your guy. Like if you're in coverage, you have to stay and let somebody else handle that. More to be coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
That's a good question. Where's my shower shotgun? Taylor, did you bring my shower shotgun?
Hey, I sent y'all the John Wayne clip from Big Jake. He had a shotgun in the shower.
If you'd have texted me on the side, I'd have brought you one.
All right, wait, look.
T-Bob with the shotgun, with the way he carries that bat around and hits everything.
It would have been empty, obviously.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I don't think you can bring an empty shotgun into the workplace. I'm just gonna stop you right there.
No, I mean probably not.
Just like when you work with Accutemp and you have them come fix your AC, heating, or electrical needs, they're not gonna bring an empty shotgun either. What they are going to bring is service to the highest degree, okay? And go look at the online reviews and see exactly what I'm talking about, y'all. The internet loves Accutemp, and it's because you've never experienced customer service like this. It is second to none. They get in there immediately. They work around your schedule. They do whatever it takes to get the job done for you ASAP. So you need AC, heat, and electrical. You want Accutemp, AccuTempBR.com.
His name was King. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on select new 23 Ford F-150 trucks. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, Our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Tuesday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB hour number 2. God, I can't stop thinking about how the Cowboys win the Super Bowl if they didn't have Dak Prescott. This frustrates me so badly, dude. They would be the best team in the NFL if they didn't have Dak Prescott.
They would be. It's
unbelievable.
A lot of people say that.
I like one Cowboys player. I like Zach Martin.
And
I like CeeDee Lamb as well. If only CeeDee Lamb wasn't being held back by Dak Prescott every week.
Who's the most punchable Cowboy of all time?
I still say
and I hate Deion Sanders inexplicably.
Okay, y'all are gonna laugh because y'all are gonna be like, oh, he hates every quarterback. Tony Romo has a punchable face. Wow. He just does. Tony Romo's a nice guy. He has a punchable face.
His voice too.
I liked Tony. I still like Tony.
I didn't mind Tony,
but he lost
I mean,
a little bit of his shine maybe on the announcing.
You want to know? I don't know.
Who is the most punchable Cowboy of all time? That's a good question.
It might be Tony Romo.
I'm
just
kind of intimidated by him because he still has an 8-pack, but I think Troy Aikman's so smarmy. And he just Troy Aikman loves Troy Aikman. And why wouldn't he?
I love Troy, though.
I know, but why wouldn't he love himself? He's a true alpha. He's got an 8-pack still. He's beautiful. He's got these big lips. He's tan. He's a multi-time Super Bowl champ. He's a Hall of Famer.
I saw Troy this summer at Norv's retirement party. He's not anything like that. He does have that vibe, though.
Oh, but he's not smarmy?
No.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, if you're out in public somewhere, you're celebrating or whatever, it might be Michael Irvin because he would make you mad because he's a loud
He was
mouth.
there too, man.
Yeah.
He was funny.
He's a loud mouth.
But he's so likable, though.
I
He's
agree.
a Chad Johnson
But
or
I'm saying,
a Shannon Sharp.
if you're out and about, get into an argument or whatever, he's a loud mouth, so he may actually.
It's Leighton Vander Esch.
The
linebacker currently right now.
Cowboy collar? What?
Cowboy collar, dude. There's certain guys that I see at linebacker, and I'm like, I wish I still
That's
played.
the most try-hard, grit grinder
No,
man
watch the way he
of all
plays.
time,
He's
dude.
not.
No?
Vander Esch is good.
You're saying he's doing stolen valor on the grit just because he wears a cowboy collar?
Yeah, he puts the
You're
Douglas
accusing-
on.
Wow,
he puts the Douglas on just to be a try-hard.
So you're accusing him of being finesse. He's trying to look hard, but what are you saying? What do you mean by watching that he doesn't play hard? Because to me,
it's just a little extracurricular after the play.
I'm being stereotypical. I see white guy in a Douglas, and I'm like, that guy,
check milk.
Yeah. Well, I just think that guy
milk.
probably works very hard. He plays through the whistle. Not the most athletic, but he doesn't stop. He's got a high motor.
I don't look. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just wish I could block him.
Okay. Wants a little shot at Van Der Esch. Yeah. I don't know.
Favorite Cowboy of all time, though, Sean Lee. God, that guy was.
Sean Lee was
he
really
was
good.
An animal, man. He had no regard for his body.
I like Dat Nguyen.
Oh, Bobby Carpenter. I probably should say Bobby.
Oh, that's true. I like actually I'll say Bobby because he's a big Lord of the Rings fan.
He was so upset that you weren't on the show on Friday because he had some Lord of the Rings something fact that he had been waiting to share with you, and it hurt him that you weren't on the show.
I was we were doing a very fun thing. I was at my daughter's kindergarten class. We did spooky science, and all the parents got to come in. We got to do a bunch of experiments. It was quite fun, quite a good time. I was glad to be able to go for sure.
I'm so hungry right now.
You chose your daughter over me and Bobby.
What are you gonna eat, Taylor? You thinking burgers?
Yeah, I'm thinking probably a Whopper from Burger King.
Okay,
either Burger King or Frost Top.
Wait, what if they're not serving? What if they're not serving burgers at Burger King yet?
Yeah.
Oh, the people know me. I can go call ahead of time, and they'll actually give me the burger.
Can I interest you in a Subway footlong of some sort? Yeah. Even though I don't know many people that eat. What if I offered you?
Have you got those Smalls gift cards yet from Big Faith?
No, he keeps dodging me.
What if I offered you 2 plain hot dogs and leftover mac and cheese heated up on a Dixie paper plate? Does that sound appetizing?
I had it twice last week, so it actually sounds pretty good.
That's the worst lunch I've ever seen.
Mario. Bruh, you can't send us a plate of 2 hot dog wieners and some macaroni and cheese. No buns.
No buns.
And expect us not to make a comment about that.
And on a cheap, pastel, or what do you know, a blue daisy paper plate. It was the
Find
worst.
the picture in our group chat and pull it up.
It was legitimately the worst lunch I've ever seen in my entire
life.
So
I don't ever judge Mario on his lunches. One thing he told me, though, that was funny one time was he was like, hey, I think I left my container for my hamburger helper in the fridge upstairs.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. It was the whole pot, the pot he cooked it in. He goes, I was running late this morning, so I just brought the pot.
Time out.
So not the Tupperware.
Ain't nobody got time to put in the Tupperware.
Not like a container.
The pot.
He brought the entire pot that he cooked it in
with the lid on it.
Yeah, the lid on it.
It was sitting in the mini
That's
fridge.
I saw a meme yesterday of a kid.
Wait, hold up. You plan on eating all of it that day?
I mean, no, it was the leftovers.
Well, no, yeah, I could feel it. No, he'd already eaten some of it. It was the leftovers still in the pot.
How did you make sure? Did you put the whole pot in the refrigerator so it didn't?
Yeah,
covered.
Yeah.
You cover it.
Yeah,
stays fresh.
I guess I got too many kids to have that much room in my fridge.
It's not a freshness issue. I don't doubt that it was fresh. It's just it's an aggressive look to bring the whole pot into work.
No, so I'll put the whole pot in my fridge 100%. I've done that before.
I agree. And then you heat it back up. It's easy the next day. With gumbo, I do that. I just put the whole big crisette in the fridge and then put it back in the so I can just heat it up easily the next day. Yeah. I mean, I got to move a bunch of stuff around, but
you got kids. I'm sure you got to move Capri Suns, applesauces.
Actually, you know what's crazy, dude? I've avoided this thus far, and it's probably helped on the cavity front and stuff. My kids, you're gonna hate this, Jake. They don't drink anything but water.
Oh, gross.
Maybe milk every now and then.
Oh, there you go.
But they go to restaurants and they're like, no, I want water, and the people are always like, what? Actually, my oldest daughter now is getting into Shirley Temples at restaurants, but dude, we don't carry juice at the house. There's not a single thing of juice to be had, and maybe that makes me the lame parent, but
yeah, you are. I judge you, but what if you wake up, it's 3 a.m. and you got cotton mouth? It's what do you go drink?
Water. Oh. Yeah. What do you mean?
Oh, you go get a nice Gatorade Zero and you chug the
what?
whole thing.
You do at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah.
But then you got to brush your teeth.
No, it's Gatorade Zero. We're good. 3 a.m. I'm not worried about it. I brush my teeth when I wake up at 5:30.
Oh man, bro. That's wild, dog. No, I keep a water by my bed. I will say I will. Oh my god, dude, there it is.
God.
I will heat it up, or I will spice it up with
3 hot dog wieners.
3 hot dog wieners.
Is that mashed potatoes?
Yes, protein.
I mean, look,
where's? No, you don't protein.
Hot dog.
I mean, maybe. Like a gram.
Yeah, hot dog's borderline protein. Mashed potatoes.
3 hot dog wieners in one setting?
That's plenty of sustenance, man. That's the lunch of champions.
And mashed potatoes.
I mean, there's calories in there for sure to like give you like that is technically sustenance. That is true, but
Isn't that bangers and mash? Isn't that like a very common?
I will say, Jake, that is a very UK looking meal. As people, all it's missing is some brown sauce. As people rip on English cuisine all the time, that looks like something I would see off of the No Context Brits Twitter account that I follow. That is,
it's Tuesday, isn't it?
That is,
isn't it? That. I guess how do you thought process that?
Spencer
Like,
says
how
that
do you
clinical depression was a lunch?
Yes.
Brent, that's some psycho stuff right
How
there.
do you get there?
Hootie, that image is titled depression. Zach, at least cutting the carbs and no buns.
Hell
there
yeah.
you go.
Hell yeah.
Nookie says AFR as a lunch.
Yeah, come on, Nookie. Disrespectful.
Mac says, seeing this makes me think Mario made the Pepto-Glycol. I don't know what Pepto-Glycol is. That's funny, Emil. This is boy dinner for Jeffrey Dahmer.
But how did you get to, I'm going to have 3 hot dog wieners and mashed potatoes together?
I brought some food over from home, and I saw the mashed potatoes. They were, the hot dogs. I thought that would make a decent combination.
I mean, it's not a bad combo. It's not a bad combo.
Very simple to make.
Who's ever put that combo together?
I've done similar leftover things where you're like, here's a meat, here's a starch, like whatever. I could dip a hot dog in mashed potato and it would taste good. If we're being honest, no, like that would taste.
I don't
good.
know how it would taste. I've never had hot dogs with mashed potatoes, but I can't imagine it's terrible.
It's probably just the mashed potatoes essentially serving the role as bun.
It's probably not that bad.
I don't hate it in terms of like I'm hungry and this is what I have left over and I don't want to waste food, so I'm gonna eat it. Like that all makes sense. It's just an objectively, undeniably, deeply funny picture. Because it is the saddest ass lunch ever. I'm not saying it doesn't taste good. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense from a construction standpoint, because I'm actually with you on both counts, Mario.
No.
It just is the funniest picture I've ever seen in my entire life.
It tasted good. It got me going that day.
There's not a restaurant in America, not even Cheesecake Factory, that you can go to that offers mashed potatoes and hot dog wieners.
And y'all know my lunches, the pictures always come with some kind of proclamation. Like the Saints are scoring 30-plus points this week. The Pelicans are making the playoffs
What
this year.
came with that one? I forgot. Do we
I
remember?
think it was the Saints are going to start to score some points.
Okay, and that was pre this game,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay. Looks like the triple glizzy led to triple tutties. How many touchdowns did Carr go for?
3, 2.
Did he go for 3?
I don't remember.
I think it was 3.
We scored a lot of points.
Actually,
no. For this one, it says the Pelicans have improved their record in each year under Griffin, and we will be back in the playoffs this year.
Let's
that was
go,
his proclamation.
Dude. 2-1 start. We're feeling good about it, bro. We're feeling good about it. I agree. Let me see here.
Carly said, I thought y'all were just being dramatic. No.
Well, actually, okay, so I saw that too, Jake, but then I just read the rest of her comments, and this also is weird as hell out of Carly. She said, y'all, I had my very first warm donut this week. I was shocked. Warm donuts are actually way different.
Yeah.
I thought you were being dramatic. What are you talking about, Carly? You never had a warm donut? What? They're amazing. Why do you think Mary Lee's, that warm glazed, is like so different? Like that's the thing. Like that's that melt in your mouth, fresh off the
like Southern Made
fryer
Donuts
glaze.
in Shreveport. Like they have a light, and when they turn it on, just like a lot of places, but when they turn that light on, cars come a flocking.
Damn, she says, I don't know. I just never requested the warm ones. I always get the warm the day before. Welcome.
I'm actually getting hungry now.
Welcome. No, you're Jake.
Jake doesn't eat till at least probably 3.
I was about to say, you're Jake, so you're not allowed to eat. And when you do, you probably got to eat like cabbage and, I don't know.
Probably some
grilled chicken.
No, probably today, probably some tuna on crackers.
You probably do water in your protein shake, right? You don't seem like a milk.
Enjoy skim milk.
Okay,
Enjoy some
I could do
tuna
that.
on your crackers, dude.
It's always been so gross to me, the water and protein.
Nookie says Krispy Kreme right off the conveyor chains, what heaven tastes like. I still think that fresh, warm Mary Lee's smashes Krispy Kreme. And that's someone who grew up loving Krispy Kreme in Atlanta. Like, that was my donut.
Mary Lee's is very, very good. Right under Southern Made for me.
I don't know Southern Made, so I can't comment on that. Mary Lee's fresh glazed donut is my favorite one, though. Favorite donut I've ever had, for sure. I'm still thinking about those hot dogs. Wow. Also, congrats to Carly. I think she's 24 hours away from popping that baby out. So enjoy them donuts. Enjoy them donuts. Treat yourself with some more warm donuts after that happens. All right, when we get back, let's do a little OTB mailbag. Spooky edition. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yeah, Ryan and me's right, dude. The Mary Lee's Bear Claws rolling, too. I love an apple fritter. I just can't allow myself them ever, but I do love them. Get Gordon, get it done today. If you get in an accident with me, I'm going to yell at you, okay? And I'm going to get real angry about why you were going so slow. And I hit you from behind. Yeah? Maybe you should wake up, Brandon. But you should get Gordon. 225-888-8888. And when you get Gordon, you get somebody who's going to fight for you and get you what you deserve. So don't be scared of me in your Twitter mentions. Don't be scared of the insurance company. Get Gordon. Get it done today.
GetGordon.com is the website. Go there today. If you can't get to the phone right now, we tell you every single day you can have a chat right there on the website. You can find past client results. You can find cases they can handle for you. Social media, the handle at GetGordon on all major social medias. Area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is celebrating Ram Power Days with $15,000 off MSRP on new 23 1500 trucks, $15,000 off, and a 1 million mile warranty. Plus, we'll pay your trade-off regardless of what you owe. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
104.5 this Sunday to catch 3 different NFL games. We start with the noon kickoff, the Seahawks at Ravens. Immediately following that, it's the Cowboys and Eagles. And then our night game, the Bills at Bengals. Catch all of those games here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
It's our town. Everybody scream. This town of Halloween. I am the one hiding under your bed. Teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red.
I am the one hiding under your stairs. Fingers like snakes and spiders in my hair.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 In this town we call home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, boy. Give me all your almond joy. That's right, boys. Big day for the Almond Joy Hive as I'm like America for a lot of y'all's least favorite candy. You know, give me your tired, your hungry, your joy, and I will eat them all. Are y'all Almond Joy fans? I think it's the best candy.
I'm not, but my wife is.
Yeah,
it's
I'm not.
Chocolate, coconut, and almond.
I'm not really either.
Perfect fajita level combination of flavors.
What bothers me about the whole like Almond Joy family is that mounds are the ones without mounds in the candy bar. So that's always confused me a little bit.
I don't know what mounds are off the
Mounds
top of
are
my head,
dark
actually.
chocolate Almond Joy with no almonds in them. It's dark chocolate coconut.
Oh, that is really
And they're
dumb.
called mounds, but the Almond Joy has the mounds.
Oh,
with the
that's
almond.
really dumb.
Yeah,
That's fantastic. I never realized that. You know what I never cared for? What are the caps? Like the little chocolate with like little white sprinkles on them or something?
Snow caps.
Snow caps.
Snow caps. You feel like a snow caps guy, Jake? Are you a snow caps guy? What I think you were. I thought you said that in the past. All right, let's get into OTB Mailbag. OTB Mailbag.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Hashtag OTB Mailbag, most fun Halloween party you've ever been to? Well, actually, Katie's birthday a couple of years ago was pretty damn fun, but I guess that wasn't really a Halloween party. The swimmer, the LSU swimmers were known for throwing like a Project X level party in college, and I only went one time, and it lived up to it. It was just like such a debaucherous montage of like hot people just all grinding and getting really inebriated. It was fantastic.
My sophomore year, I went to a similar party, but it was the LSU band. The band kids used to throw the hell down.
Oh, I can see
I
that.
can see that for sure.
My freshman year fraternity Halloween party was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's like any Halloween in college. Like
Yeah.
it was fantastic. Dressing up. It was like one of the few times like that everybody went out. Like because as a football team, like during the season, sometimes you go out, but like even if it was on a Thursday night, even though you weren't supposed to go out, you were going to go out.
Yeah.
For Halloween.
Yeah.
And so like
Well, also, y'all are
Both Ray had
liars
some-
because the 2007 team went out more than any team I've ever been a part of. Y'all would consistently be at Tiger Bar on Tuesdays, Mellow Mushroom on Wednesdays, Reggie's on Thursdays. It was unbelievable. Maybe Bogey's on Thursdays
Bogeys
as well.
on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
there was
definitely
a
not
mixture of
Reggie's
the
for
two.
me. I was far too old
but
when I
still.
got here for that.
And then they'd always be like, why can't y'all be more like the 07 team? I'm like, you talking about the drunkest team I've ever been a part of? What do you mean?
It's all about how you handle it, though, right?
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
bounce back from
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Right? Just like, hey, what's Bobby always say? If you're going to soar with the Eagles, right?
Yep. Who the owls at night, so are the Eagles during the day. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Okay, really, though, if you hear something at night in the house, are you getting up to check it out, and do you bring a weapon with? I absolutely get up to check out any suspicious
Yeah, I do
noises
too.
that I hear.
I don't have a weapon necessarily.
I have the bat by the side of my bed. I rarely bring the bat. It'd have to be a real weird noise to get me to grab the bat, but like I'm not letting no noise go unchecked with my kids in the house.
No. I'm out the bed.
Yeah.
Out the bed and
Always
checking on what it
naked
is.
though, which is a vulnerable
Oh, yeah,
feeling.
you do sleep naked.
Yeah, that's vulnerable. You don't want to get into a death fight naked. I don't want pictures of me like dead naked float. Like it's just like a bad look.
Yeah,
no, I agree. That's why I said like the shower's my vulnerable place because I don't want to have to fight my attacker naked.
Yeah.
It's also like
slapping hands and slapping meat.
You know what's weird? It's like in football, you think about practicing without a jersey. The jersey gives you no protection, but you feel
comfort.
so naked without it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with a death fight without underwear on.
Yeah, like you'll see a guy like shoulder pads to their jersey, and you're like, man, he's going to get hurt out here.
Yeah, I know.
What's he
And
doing?
it makes no sense. What, because he doesn't have a thin sheet of fabric on top of him? Hashtag OTB Mailbag. You see the new Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah.
No doubt.
Duh.
Without question.
Napoleon kill a bunch of people with great shot? Here's your answer.
I mean, I was going to go with it's Pittsburgh to Steel City, but sure, we can go that one.
Did Napoleon love chess?
I actually don't know if he did or not.
Yeah, he did. Okay. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. The Niners have slipped to 5-3 with a third straight L. Is Brock Purdy a trick-or-treat QB? Is he doing too much?
Trick-or-treat.
I can't.
Brock Purdy remains really good. It's going to be interesting to see if games get put on his shoulders and they're close and everything's not going swimmingly. Can he prove to be the guy that can go out there and win you the game?
Yeah,
I'll say this.
They got to get healthy a little bit, but yeah, he's got to step it up a little bit.
I was watching the Bengals 49ers game. He threw back-to-back interceptions. They were ugly ones. But he bounced back from it nicely. He led them down the field, 75 yards in about 8 plays, threw a touchdown pass. He is trying to do a little too much. I mean, there's times where he rolls out to his right and then tries to throw it back across the field to the left, which is something you do not do. And, he connected on it a few times, but it's gotten him in trouble a little bit, too. He needs to kind of play with it himself a little bit more.
Ask the bench this offseason for the Saints. Any chance of them going after Bieniemy? I wouldn't think so because Bieniemy's next move is going to be head coach, right?
Yeah, I think that's what they're asking, right? Maybe as a head coach, if they let go of Allen. They interviewed Bieniemy for a head coaching position.
Well, yeah, but I mean, whatever you want to think, we're not to firing DA quite yet. I mean, the Saints are very much still alive.
For sure.
Even though when it was 17-7, I was ready to fire him. But, that's how funny this world is. We're all very reactive.
Yeah, the answer is it would have to be as a head coach if stuff goes south for Dennis.
Sam Howell did just throw for over 400 yards against Philly with Eric Bieniemy, so he is I think he's a beast.
And the Chiefs' defense has technically been better than their offense, right? At least based on the morning show today. That's what they were saying. Their defense is like top 5 in yards allowed.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense, actually. The Chiefs also, though, don't have any receivers, really. I mean, outside of Travis Kelce, they're just relying on Pat Mahomes.
Their number one outside guy right now is Rashee Rice.
Go do everything.
That's kind of their number one guy.
SMU, yeah.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Best side dish to have with chili.
I like a good sandwich with some chili.
Yeah.
You go McAllister's or something, you get the whatever they call it.
I'll dip almost anything in chili, but I'd definitely dip a sandwich.
Tell you what, I've had, I know most people do it with red beans and rice. I've had cornbread with chili a few times, and it's good.
I have that,
dude.
but it's good.
Crush up cornbread, put it in there. Are you kidding me? Duh.
Wendy's French fries.
Yeah, Wendy's French fries will count. Wendy's?
Yeah. French fries and chili for sure. Wendy's a little underrated. I'm just saying.
They have good chili.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And I don't even like chili that much.
I love chili.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Spook the bench. What Halloween movie would you want to be in? I'm trying to think about one where I get to have sex before I get killed.
I knew that was coming.
But then that's basically every Halloween movie.
I thought T-Bot was trying to think of what early 2000s Halloween movie could he be in.
Yeah. Scary Movie. I saw Justin Bieber's wife dressed up as Carmen Electra from Scary Movie, and I'd forgotten about Carmen Electra from Scary Movie.
All right, I got mine. I'm going to go prom night, if anybody's never seen it. First off, they're in an awesome senior prom. They rent out a high-rise building.
Okay.
And it seems very survivable because there's 400 students, and there's just one dude in the building going around.
I like your odds.
It seems very survivable, so I'm going to go with prom night.
Okay, I'll go with... I mean, dude, whatever. I'll go with Scream. Like, I'm sorry. Ghostface ain't getting me.
He ain't getting
Matthew
me neither.
Lillard ain't getting me, dog. Like, come on. You want to come catch these hands, bro? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen.
I'm not letting Shaggy kill me.
No, hell no. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Who is the biggest pranker in the LSU locker room? I won't give a name, but I will say the most crazy and wrong prank I've ever seen in my entire life was I know a man who spread his own fecal matter under the door handle of another man's car and was almost murdered for it. He like literally had to avoid the person that he pranked for a long time because he really thought he was going to die. I remember talking to him later that night. He really thought he was going to die. But yeah, that was an insane prank.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I've heard this, and now I've forgotten
I can
the
tell you
detail.
it is during the breaks.
I know. I'm excited to learn.
What's wild is the pranker, or the one doing the spreading of the fecal matter, is now wildly successful, which is just crazy to think about how that's how life works.
I know NFL training camps, like once it got into the dog days of camp, like we would have to have like something to do. And it used to be like fill up the trash can full of water and knock on the rookie's door and have the quarterback sit there so he has to open it and it all fall on him, stuff like that. And then, people started to catch on to it. So then we just got the key card from the hotel and just would just go in there and then like water balloon, silly string, like whatever.
Oh, they would just give you the give you the card? It's like very illegal, isn't it?
Very, yeah.
Let's see here. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Beer or whiskey while walking around the hood tonight? Beer. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Depends on how cold it is.
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, actually. Maybe whiskey if it's going to be chilly, because it is going to be chilly. A little whiskey on the rocks and like a Yeti or something.
Sounds good.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag.
Do y'all have a favorite Halloween sports memory? Like, I know a lot of people talk about the Halloween run, Billy Cannon. That was a little before our time.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm trying to think about. I feel like I went to a Saints game one time. That was very fun.
I was gonna mention Halloween 2010. We played these Steelers. They went to the Super Bowl that year. That was a great atmosphere. It kind of felt like half Steelers fans, half Saints fans, honestly. But that was a cool memory, kind of in the heyday for both those teams.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I mean, to me, I've always associated Halloween with the bye week.
Okay. I was about to say, yeah, because it was always before like the Alabama game.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever like actually been to any sporting event on Halloween. So,
Spook the Bench. Best worst candy. Do people think of Dots as being a worst candy? Because
I would say so.
Love Dots. Oh my God, I love Dots. I love that gummy texture. I just throw the whole thing in my mouth and I just suck on them. And then I chew them a little bit and then I suck on them more.
I like Dots too.
I like to suck them until
The
they just
flavor's
have no
great.
colors left. Yes, Dots are so good, dude.
The flavor's great.
Workout.
Yeah, you do. For sure. They get stuck in your teeth.
I was about to say I don't like how they get stuck in your teeth. It's extreme.
They're fantastic.
I love Nerds. I could like kill a whole bathtub of Nerds.
Nerd rope.
Nerd ropes.
Nerd ropes rolling, dude. Nerd ropes.
I like Raisinets, and I know a lot of people hate Raisinets.
Yeah, that's a pretty old man sort of thing to like.
Chocolate covered raisins?
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
you
they're good though.
eating Dots.
No, chocolate covered
Hold
raisins
up.
are good. No. Don't get me wrong. They're good, but you're right. Nobody's ever like,
No.
ooh, let me holler at some Raisinets.
I love Raisinets. At a movie theater with some popcorn.
Do you drop them in the popcorn? I know a lot of people do that.
Sometimes, yeah.
My dad used to put wet movie theater jalapenos all up in his popcorn. It tastes okay, but just makes it so soggy. I never understood that. And the movie theater jalapenos are wet. They've been just bathing in whatever that juice is in there.
For a year.
Yeah. You didn't care. Hashtag go to Mailbag. Is it okay to give jelly beans for Halloween candy?
I mean, if they're packaged.
Don't give individual jelly beans.
Yeah, that's true. We made a bunch of golden snitches to get out tonight because we got a whole Harry Potter theme going on. So, like those Ferrerish, or whatever they're called.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yes, Ferrero Rocher.
Well, God bless you.
Wow, look at
Charcuterie.
My wife cannot say charcuterie. She says charcuterie.
Charcuterie?
Every time, yeah. And I think it's so funny.
Who was the guy on Hard Knocks who couldn't say? There was a guy for the Jets this year that couldn't say charcuterie.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
So virginity.
Hashtag go to Mailbag. Did anyone grow up in such a religious house that you couldn't dress up for Halloween? But if you dressed up as a ghost, it was the Holy Ghost?
No.
I did not. That's funny.
My wife did.
Did you?
My mom was a little bit like that when I was younger. Wow, so your wife was, and now she's dressing up like somebody trapped in a head trap that's going to rip her brains out.
Yeah, that's a pretty big paradigm shift.
That's excellent. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Beans or no beans in chili? I go either way. I think there's good for both.
I go beans most of the time, unless the kids are like, we have to put beans in there.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Who would you pay more? A field goal kicker that's 100% automatic from 75 yards in, or Pat Mahomes? It's kind of an interesting little hypothetical there.
Wait, from 75 in? And he's 100%?
I think you got to go with the field goal.
I'm paying the kicker for sure.
You get points every time you get to the 50?
I mean, every time you get to the 40?
They didn't say.
No, it'd be just
the 30,
out of it.
like the 42 is going to put you right at 75.
Yeah.
If you're in your own 42, you're getting points. Like I think that may have more value than Mahomes.
Well, and then they also didn't say we have to pay him the same. So I'm going to pay him the best kicker salary.
Yeah, okay.
Save some money.
Or no, it says who would you pay more, though. That's true. I don't know if I want to pay that much for a kicker.
Or it's like, who would you want to pay more, maybe?
I don't know. That's a lot of points. I might still go with the kicker, man. That's a weapon.
I mean, probably.
Hashtag go dream about Jake. Will you be texting Coach Saban happy birthday?
No. Maybe. No. Not this week. Not this week. Not ever, I guess, because it's always before the LSU game.
Hashtag.
It is a weird. I was talking about this on off campus yesterday. It is weird because it was someone who was a coach of mine.
Yeah.
Brought me to LSU, allowed me to realize my dream of playing for LSU. It was literally him that offered the scholarship because he was there at a practice. It wasn't an assistant coach, and so it's a weird relationship because now he coaches the team that is always in your way of getting to the SEC championship.
Yeah, I mean that's complicated.
Yeah,
that's definitely complicated.
Like I don't want his team to have success, but as far as Coach Saban, no, I'm forever grateful and in debt for him giving me the opportunity that a lot of people might not have.
Hashtag goes to Mailbag. Why do people always leave Whoppers as the last candy in the candy jars? That's true, man.
I'll eat some Whoppers.
Yeah, but you leave it for last. Nobody ever jumps on the Whopper. Whoppers always left.
For last,
yeah, I guess that's
and
true.
then probably Whoppers. How are you going to handle? Obviously, like you're going to go out and trick or treat, but how do you handle like passing out candy because you've got your house decorated, so you can't just not answer the door and turn off all the lights?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Do you leave a bowl?
Well, no. Well, I think that I might do it in shifts. I actually kind of prefer the handing out. I love interacting with all the kids and giving out the candy, but then again, I don't want to miss my kids getting candy, so we'll probably do shifts or sub in, sub out, not be active for part of the night, get active for the rest. But yeah, we will see. Damn, I probably should have set up. My Mickey and Minnie inflatables were turned over this morning. I didn't put them up, and it's Halloween.
Well, according to y'all on Friday, only hillbillies have inflatables out.
Look, I have inflatables. I still think that's kind of true. You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's depending on how you set them up, and I think like we talked about, like if you got a Yoda Christmas theme.
Yeah,
like,
the Yoda Christmas bothers me so much.
But if like it goes with the theme and it's Christmas,
I'm not saying it can't look good.
It doesn't look cheap.
I think I have. So
I think that's just from somebody that just doesn't want to put in any effort.
I put in effort, so I'm not even going to take that. I have a custom Harry Potter ceiling built right now.
Looks great.
Spook the Bench. What's the best form of potato? Hash brown, vodka, waffle fry, baked. I think I actually love a mashed potato first, hash brown second.
Ooh, a good
fry
hash,
third.
I was going to go mashed potato.
No, I go a good
hash brown is hard to beat.
It's hard to beat.
It's hard to beat, bro.
I think I go hash brown, fry, mashed potatoes, but I love all three.
Yeah. I mean, I love anything that's a potato.
Brown gravy or white gravy on the mashed potatoes?
Either one, to be clear. But I guess brown is what I normally do.
Brown, unless you're having country fried steak, then white.
Yeah, I do make my. I made my own gravy last year out of the turkey drippings and everything, dude, and that was.
Yeah, I guess like if it's by itself, just mashed potatoes, brown gravy. If you're having like something with it,
The white
The
gravy.
gravy from Louis, man. My God. It was so good.
Again, boys, the Simple Joe's biscuits and gravy that they only serve on the weekends. If you like biscuits and gravy, and I do, that's the best sausage gravy I've ever had. You should go check it out. We've gone very long. Hashtag go to Mailbag in the books. More coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
ITI Technical College, ITIcollege.edu. You go to ITI today, and look, man, if you need a career, not a job, a career, you get that AOS degree in just 2 years. They can help you find what you're into as well when you do their counselors. You can create a schedule that's going to work around your schedule. You're very busy, you work full time. You can still take classes at ITI and improve your life for the better. If you're a student who's an alumnus, you've already experienced this, you know the great return on investment. Well, ITI wants to celebrate you. So go find them on social media and see all the events they got planned for this fall. Look, the bottom line is that if you want to change your life for the better, ITI is right there of Airline Highway for you, locally, family-owned, ITI Technical College.
Admissions at iticollege.edu. That is where you can email them. You can go to the website, iticollege.edu, find information on admissions there. Go see them off Airline Highway, iticollege.edu.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
The best-kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West talking Tigers, Sharif Ishak talking Saints, and a look back at LSU's basketball exhibition. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I like trucks. And Bally Sports, you suck. Okay? Just know that. Pathetic that you Pelicans fans can't even watch the Pelicans game because your crap-ass app that you make everybody pay $20 a month for doesn't even work. Get the hell out of here, you bums. $20 a month. $20 a month. The app's not going to work. Get the hell out of here. How about a little Monday Night Football action, boy? The Lions are now 6-2. And look, hey, boys, it's in 7:30. There's a video of Jimmy Garoppolo from last night that I want to play. But Lions now 6-2, Jake. They have the fourth easiest remaining schedule in the league. Only a .421 combined win percentage of their opponents. They've won 6 in a row against the NFC North. That's their longest streak since the 70 merger. Jahmyr Gibbs just broke out. Dan Campbell's truly a legend. What's interesting about that is on the other side of that is Josh McDaniels, the anti-legend. And in the same way that as much as I want to blame Bally, I blame Pelicans leadership for failing their fans so hard. I blame, what's Al Davis's weird son's name? Mark. Yeah, I blame Mark. And look, I'm not saying, if you want to take a chance, I believe in second chances. So if you have a head coach that was crap in the past and you still want to hire him, that's your prerogative, okay? But you better hope he does well and doesn't look like the exact same bad coach that he was previously. Otherwise, you're going to look like an idiot. And you're looking pretty damn dumb with Josh McDaniels and Jimmy G just now. How about this? As bad as the Carr experience has felt at times this year, Jake, Jimmy Garoppolo's getting 3 years, $72 million. And he leads the NFL in interceptions. And he's missed 2.5 games.
Yeah.
He's thrown 9 picks. He leads the NFL in interceptions. He's thrown 2.5 games. And here are a couple throws highlighting the Jimmy G experience from last night.
Hutchinson on the stunt. He gets picked up. Wide open and overthrown as Devontae Garoppolo out of the end zone just has to get rid of it, looking for Adams.
He also had a Mike linebacker screaming.
Look, I don't give a damn. All I'm pointing out.
And you didn't share, like, in that clip, though, like, Devontae started to look before he started to run, so they're not on the same page either.
All I'm pointing out is, I think Jeff Nowak said this on Twitter, and I agree, is don't take what you saw with Carr and Shaheed hooking up on Sunday for granted, okay? Because it could have just as easily looked as bad as that looked right there. And again,
it's not the first time Derek Carr and Shaheed have done that. They've done that actually consistently to end games.
Carr's making what, $30 million a year, right? What is it? 35?
I think 30 plus, yeah.
35?
30.
I mean, I would still rather take that over paying Jimmy G 25 per, because that's and to lead the league in picks despite missing a quarter of the season.
So he didn't complete a pass to a receiver in the first half. Big deal.
Did he really not? Oh
No,
my
he
God,
didn't.
dude.
Well, the
I know
craziest-
Jahmyr Gibbs had more total yards alone than the entire Raiders.
The craziest part about that is, like, his turnovers. Jimmy Garoppolo, like, he never had the biggest arm. He was never the most athletic guy. He always took care of the football. And, I mean, this year he just has not for whatever
Josh
reason.
McDaniels sucks. Like, I don't know. Like, who has Josh McDaniels had success with not named Tom Brady?
Look, we're seeing
I guess
now.
Mac Jones. I guess he had a little success with Mac, maybe.
We're seeing now Tom Brady helped a lot of people's careers over about 20 years.
Imagine this. So did Drew Brees. All right, when we get back, let's close out hour number 2 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
This is Rick Morton, team member at the Grove Recovery Center. Our family recently celebrated our 2-year anniversary of the opening of our alcohol and drug abuse treatment center, and have been blessed to have taken part in helping over 2,000 men and women in that time, and look forward to helping hundreds more before the end of 2023. The beauty of being involved in an individual's recovery is being an active participant in witnessing the growth and development of those who struggle with alcohol and drug abuse. It would be an honor to let our family help yours begin that new way of
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water, they can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines, or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
In and like giving him our practice footage or
Oh,
something.
really?
Yeah, it was like one of the old conspiracies that we used to complain about because they knew everything we were doing. But then again, you know, I don't think that was terribly hard.
I don't know, Craig
I think
Williams.
everybody, I think the fans at home knew what we were doing.
Yeah, and he wasn't on great terms with the Saints there. He got fired after that season, right? 2011.
Well, I don't think it had anything to do with the Saints. It had something to do with him and I can't remember exactly what the impetus or the motivation was, but it was something about him and Saban were tight, but there was a deeper level to it, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh,
let's see.
Doesn't matter.
AJ's record against LSU 3-2.
Yeah, I know. Not for the freaking TJ Yeldon.
3-2. Does he really get to count his
The
redshirt year, though, where he
the-
didn't play?
The TJ Yeldon screen pass
Gives to it.
is what made AJ, unfortunately.
Ooh, that was one of the ones. It was our bye week, and I came back.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing it happen as it was happening before it happened and just saying, oh, no. Oh, no.
Again, people don't realize how close that 2012 team would have been to going back to a natty. Because if you win that game, you win the West, you're in Atlanta, and if you win the SEC, then you're into the national championship. So
21-17?
I think so.
Yeah, that was the score.
It's probably the most disappointed I've. That's Emil saying Greg Williams reviewed a bunch of LSU tape. Remember that floating around T-Rant back in the day? Yeah, something like that. What was it? Yeah, that's probably the most disappointed I've ever been live in a stadium. Was the TJ Yeldon screen pass? It makes my shingles hurt just to think about it.
Definitely the saddest I ever was leaving Tiger Stadium.
2016 was bad too. It was 10-0.
That was just frustrating.
Yeah,
but it wasn't getting your heart ripped out like fatality style and watching it beat as you slowly pass
was
out.
14 where you got the personal foul?
Yes.
Ripping off the pile, such a lame call, dude.
Yeah, Vidal Alexander, right?
Yeah.
So stupid. And the announcer saying, "Don't rush the field," like an idiot. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't know who was on the PA that night, but don't
It's the
freaking
same
say
person that's
don't-
been on there for
I know.
decades.
That's how I apologize. But just don't say that. You don't say that.
You don't say that.
You don't say that.
You're a big in-game jinx guy, aren't you? Like you said, you used to yell and cry at Bobby when you did that.
Oh, when I was younger, yeah. Well, I mean, look, I just think like you're just kind of asking for it if you say don't rush the field in a tight game when it's close. It has nothing to do with the outcome. Like I can recognize that, but you got to understand that people are going to be mad at you. It's like if I would have cut my hair and 2019 LSU would have lost, they would not have mattered, but I would have been blamed.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Patient Plus Urgent Care, PatientPlusUC.com, PatientPlusUC.com, where you will see the difference immediately with Patient Plus. You need to get in, get better. Life's unexpected moments. Ask about the Patient Plus membership while you're in there, in which, look, it's $20 a month for an individual. If you pay for the whole year up front, you get 10% off, and you just go a couple of times in a calendar year, and you're already coming out ahead, and guess what? You get unlimited visits.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Yes. Every brand wants to be associated with Russell Wilson. It's a good call. Patient Plus Urgent Care, PatientPlusUC.com.
Look, I was just telling you about Mr. Unlimited. PatientPlusUC.com is the site. You can schedule that appointment right now. Walk-ins are certainly always welcome as well. Remember, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. at every single location. And the good thing is, if you're in Baton Rouge, there's a location that is convenient for you. So go find that location today, PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is celebrating Ram Power Days with $15,000 off MSRP on new 23 1500 trucks, $15,000 off, and a 1 million mile warranty. Plus, we'll pay your trade-off regardless of what you owe. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Step inside an Infiniti QX50, and you'll find a suite of driver-focused features tailored to your tastes. But most of all, you'll find luxury that lets you feel infinitely you. Visit your local Infiniti retailer today.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 58. Coming up on OTBOT, Nick Underhill of New Orleans.Football joins the show to talk Saints. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in OTB, hour number 3 on a Tuesday, which means it's time to talk to Nick Underhill of New Orleans.Football. As you can tell, Nick, I'm no longer T-Bob. I'm LP Bob for Livingston Parish. Looking like my boy Taylor here, our fearless producer. And then Jake is me. Can you tell? Jake is doing his best T-Bob today. We all dressed up as each other.
I seen the short shorts when he stood up, so it's definitely on point. Yeah, no, it's accurate.
What about you, Nick? Any costumes around the New Orleans.Football offices today?
I usually just I go with the shoes. I got a custom pair of Scream/Ghostface sneakers made by my guy PS Kicks that I'm going to be rocking. And then yesterday I had on the
such a cool guy. Come on, dude, wear a freaking costume, okay?
Yesterday.
Go ahead.
Yesterday I had on the Air Max 95s that look like the Freddy Krueger sweater.
Oh,
so we're
no, that's cool though. That's like what you wear as like the final garnish to a party or something. That is not a costume. Okay, Mr. Cool Guy, throw on like a wizard hat or something at least.
You got to stay G'd up from the feet up, man. So that's where we're starting.
I'll say this. Speaking of costumes, I don't know. At Saints offense, I love the costume on Sunday. They looked like a competent, badass offense, right? I mean, red zone success, creative play callings, all the weapons were used in concert. Pete Carmichael must have dressed up as a good offensive coordinator, and I hope that he continues to carry it forward. We have to be careful drawing too many conclusions or, I don't know what it means going forward, but there's no way that you emerge out of that game and feel less than like that seemed like a lot of boxes were checked.
I agree with everything you just said. And as the warning I would say is if we went back and probably grabbed our clip from the Raiders game, which was Halloween last year, we were probably on here like, oh man, they figured it out. So I'm gonna be cautious here, but yeah, look, I liked everything we saw in this game. I mean, I thought they put a lot of stuff together really well. They had the game plan to attack the third cornerback, targeted him for like almost 200 yards yesterday. The Colts brought in 5 defensive backs to work out. So like it's like the olden days when Sean Payton would like exploit a weakness, and then you'd see the caravan of workouts come through to kind of address that weakness. So that was good. The red zone plan, as you mentioned, I thought was really good. I thought it was kind of interesting that they sort of took the ball out of Derek Carr's hands down there. He did throw a touchdown pass, but it was on a choice route that Alvin ran in. So that was kind of interesting. The running game was really good in that area of the field. They noticed something with the way that the Colts defended go balls. Like, so the Saints always exclusively, when they're going, they break them to the outside, and they noticed like the way they were playing with the outside shoulder, like if they broke to the inside, they would have an advantage on it because the Colts were trying to cheat. So they broke their go balls to the inside. Bam, 51 yards to Shaheed, another 50-yarder to Shaheed. So like it was very, very detailed, and I thought that was definitely a step in the right direction. I'm a little worried about Chris Olave still. It's kind of weird, some of the stuff that's going on there. But outside of that, I mean, I thought we saw a really good offensive plan. I thought it was cohesive, quarterback executed. It's definitely a step in the right direction.
I love the stuff they did with Taysom Hill down there in the red zone.
Yeah.
Look, you have a weapon and you have someone that has a unique skill set. Go ahead and use it. I even loved the long pass he threw to Shaheed. And yeah, it was questionable there for a little bit, but he gave his receiver an opportunity to make a play. And, you know, you review it and it makes a play because, like, you got to break tendencies. So I thought everything they did with Taysom, like, that's who he needs to be in this offense.
Totally agree. And yeah, you got these guys down in the red zone and your quarterback's having some weird stuff going on. Just like get it rolling and then figure out that other part. And you have Taysom, you got Alvin, you got Jamal Williams. I mean, these are guys that need to be getting carries in that area of the field. Didn't love the deep pass, but man, Rashid Shaheed, he saved 2 interceptions now this season. And like you said, he gave him a chance and he got there. So yeah, these are the things you got to do, and you do have to throw that ball every now and then. I know every time Taysom throws the ball and there's a mistake, people are like, you're being too cute, it's stupid, but you kind of got to do it. And speaking of breaking tendencies, like they broke some tendencies with Lynn Bowden Jr. this week too, and I thought he blocked exceptionally well. Had the key block on one of Alvin's touchdown runs, had another block on a Williams 10-yard run. His route running, he ran 8 routes, and he was running his route so hard that it like opened stuff up for other guys in the field. The 31-yard pass to Mike Thomas, like, he kind of runs that like little whip route to the outside. And if you watch it, like he gets the cornerback and the linebacker to both bite on his route, which opens up the throwing lane to go up the middle of the field to Thomas. So they did it was like there was a high level of self-awareness, I feel like, in this game plan. And they kind of went down and checked the boxes of like all the stuff we've been complaining about.
Yeah. And Nick, you know, it turns out you actually had a great fullback on the roster the entire time. It was just your nose guard. And Kalen Saunders. Me and Jake were talking about it. It's kind of crazy because it's not just his pure size. Like, his technique is good. Like, him rooting guys out, kind of reading the hole, how it develops. And, I mean, I don't know what it means for Jamal Williams necessarily or what his role is, but, like, short yardage, you're telling me you get Taysom Hill, a jumbo lineman, and you got Saunders leading the way there? Like, that is really hard to stop. For all the talk of tush push, that's like right up there in things that I would not want to try to have to stop.
No, look, it's worked really well. And Colin Saunders, college and high school, like he got some carry. Like he was that was his thing. Like he was a tailback, so he carried the ball, did some blocking. So like he knows the technique, and that's one of the reasons they use him on those is that you aren't starting from ground zero. You don't have to teach him how to block and how to play with the right leverage and all that stuff. Like he just kind of gets it. So they can send him down there every Friday, spend 20-30 minutes kind of installing some stuff, go through it, drill it, and then he's back to his regular job. But I mean, look, that's the creativity we want to see from this team, and it's something that's a nice wrinkle. It works really well. You get, and like you said, you get him out there, you get Trevor Penning out there, you get Taysom running the ball. Like that's a lot of power in just size coming at you in that area of the field. So definitely something that I think they should keep a part of this. I don't know what happens to Adam Prentice when he comes back. I mean, obviously Colin Saunders isn't going to be your fullback from the 0 to the 95, but they've managed to really run the ball decently, I guess, like a little bit better. And I don't know, like Prentice was kind of struggling a little bit. You take away the goal line stuff, his role is going to be pretty diminished, I think. So that's going to be interesting if he does get healthy and they do get to a spot where he can come back to see what he's doing.
Do you think the Saints eventually throw a touchdown to Colin Sanders?
Oh, man, I hope so.
I mean, surely, right? Like, surely there's a play action or Taysom jump pass or something somewhere. It makes all like you have all the ingredients to do it so easily with Taysom.
Either that or I want to see him run. He needs to score a touchdown this year. Like it's something
I
that has
agree.
to happen.
I agree.
You got to give him a carry. You got to give him a throw. Like maybe when you're up by like 14 or something and you let him carry the ball to see if you can do it. I don't know, but I want to see it. The jump pass feels less risky. Like, I don't know, if you hand him the ball, like I'm just seeing the fumble in my head as we're talking about it. But like the jump pass, if he's open, you get the ball to him. Like there's less, it feels like that could go wrong, but definitely I want to see it for sure.
Oh, there's a lot of ways. Yeah, you can find a way to do to it. Just get him
dude.
out into the flats, roll to your left, break a tendency there, and hit him in the end zone. Nick, we were talking earlier this week about kind of hitting reset now in the NFC South. You and the Falcons tied for first place there. You're 4-4. You're 500. This truly feels like, hey, we're pretty much at the halfway point. Reset. All the things that have gone wrong for this Saints team, they are still right there, and with every opportunity to win the division and make the playoffs. And I think they have to have that mindset, and I'm sure they do within that building. Let's just go ahead. We know where we're at right now. We know we've got the Falcons coming up a couple times, and you're still in a spot that, like, if you would have said, hey, halfway point in the season, you're tied at first in the NFC South, you probably take that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the way they're set up right now, like going forward, these are all extremely winnable games. They aren't going to play a quarterback league, a starting quarterback the whole month of November. So if you don't take care of business, like that's just because you're still screwed up and you can't figure things out. You can't build on this last performance. Somebody said something to me the other day that kind of was like, damn, all right. Like it was a little bit of perspective. Like, it took Brady 7 weeks to get things going in Tampa Bay when he first went there, and they looked terrible to start of that season. And they did. I mean, like sometimes this stuff can happen. So there's still, I guess, reasons for hope if you want to look for them. I'm not buying all the way in yet, though. Like, it's just, we've seen too much. This is kind of like, it's the sequel, and we've been fooled multiple times. I'm not going to be the guy like in Scream that's like, like we're not going to worry about this noise in the garage. Like, no, we know there's a killer out there, and it's ran everybody down over and over. So let's actually get away from it and see something. So, but yeah, I mean, look, I think they're in a decent position right now. It's a bad division. You get your stuff rolling and you get into the playoffs and you have a good defense and your offense is confident by that point. Like maybe you can win a game still. Like I still have that optimism in the back of my head, but I just can't believe it until we see 2-3. I don't know. It's going to take a little bit more than one for me to fully believe. But yeah, they're set up in a really nice spot. It's kind of like all the bad injury luck from years past. Like they're on the right side of it this year. It's like the football guys are kind of evening things out. Like they're begging the Saints to make the playoffs right now. Like with the circumstances, just take advantage of it. Win some games, beat these quarterbackless teams throughout the month, and you're in a great position going into December.
Yeah, and I felt like probably the thing that, again, let's not be crazy and say this is all going to carry forward, but the most exciting part about Sunday to me was that the thing that we've hyped up all offseason, which is the collection of weapons that everybody had their moments, right? Again, maybe save for Olave, like you said, but everybody, AK had his moments, Taysom had his, Mike Thomas had his, Rashid Shaheed has his. Hopefully that's something that can carry forward. Thoughts on the O-line? Before I ask you about a potential trade, thoughts on the O-line?
It's still sketchy to me. They're doing okay. Like they're doing enough to get it done, but it's still definitely sketchy to me. Like, I don't think Andrew Speed's been great at left tackle. Last week he allowed 10 pressures. I'm still kind of going through it now to see what the numbers are for this week. I thought Max Garcia, I don't think he really gave anything up in this game, but there were some definite rough moments. Like it's tough to pin anything directly on him, but some definite rough moments in this game. I thought the run blocking's been, spotty at times. Like everything just seems to be better and way more consistent. So I think there's definitely room to add players there. But your starting left tackles on the bench, your starting left guards on the bench is hurt. I mean, you're gonna have issues for sure. But like even the guys that were on the front lines, like I don't think we're great. So it's definitely the spot that I think is still the biggest issue on the team.
Nick, there's some whispers. I don't know how real they are or if this is just people positing theories, but people talking about like trading Jameis Winston to the Vikings, maybe getting a Danielle Hunter in return. Is there any fire there? Smoke? What am I trying to say? No. Okay.
No smoke, no fire, no bundle of sticks, nothing. Okay. Nobody digging a fire pit, nothing like that. But look, I mean, at like 1:00 this afternoon, there could be a phone call and that all changes. But as of 9:13 a.m., no, absolutely nothing. No conversations. Nothing.
All right, there you go. You heard it here first. Nick, thank you so much, man. Enjoy Halloween. New Orleans football is the site. Check out the YouTube channel. Nick, Brooke Kirchhoff, Mike Triple, the whole team, they do incredible work over there. Yeah, man. Anything else that we didn't hit on that we need to mention?
No, but I want you to look at Jake and just realize like it's too many open buttons, and just keep it in mind.
See,
just keep it in mind, man.
I'm just looking at him and I'm just feeling pangs of jealousy. He looks so good. He looks so confident. He looks so relaxed. Like, look at us too. Who do you want to hang out with, Nick? Like, I mean, let's be honest. Like if you just want to go get a drink with someone or go have a chill time, who out of these two are you choosing to hang out with?
It's too many open buttons, man. I'm going the other way.
Yeah,
I'm going the other way. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I feel like I need to go one more down if I'm really trying to find my T-Bob.
Well, I hope you enjoy complaining about politics because that's what we're getting when we drink beers, okay? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, Nick, you have a great day, my friend. New Orleans.
Yeah. Take it easy, guys.
Is the site New Orleans on football. Go sign up today. It's the absolute best. Always love talking to Nick. My hair is going crazy. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
OTB, OT.
CentralPlumbing.org, CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org is the website. 925-8552 is the number. Central Plumbing. Y'all has been at it for 50 years, Jake. That's older than us. Central Plumbing's been solving your plumbing issues for longer than we've been alive. That's experience you can trust. You can also trust the flat rate pricing, the excellent warranty, and the fact that everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. So whether it's residential or commercial, you want Central Plumbing, you want CentralPlumbing.org.
Go to that website today, and you'll see the things that we tell you about every single day. Certainly 24/7 emergency service also means 365. So yes, even during maybe an LSU-Alabama game this weekend, where you're like, nobody's going to come out here. No, they will. They'll come out there, and they'll fix whatever issue you have. Holidays, doesn't matter. That means anytime, 24/7. Also, check out the remodel game. Bathroom remodels right there on the homepage. Also, go tankless today with a tankless water heater. A lot of different options over there at Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206.
104.5 this Sunday to catch 3 different NFL games. We start with the noon kickoff, the Seahawks at Ravens. Immediately following that, it's the Cowboys and Eagles. And then our night game, the Bills at Bengals. Catch all of those games here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Strange, sleeping in your bed. Let me tell you something. If there's something weird, sleeping in your bed. Oh, let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yeah, welcome back, OTB. Okay, so the Pelicans did get off the hook a little bit last night because we're making fun of Valley for being so pathetic, and they are, and they're rapacious and greedy, and it was an awful decision by Pelicans leadership to go back with him. But the Pelicans did get their ass kicked, and what the hell is Brandon Ingram doing sitting out Game 3 at home against the Warriors for knee soreness?
Yeah, I'm not defending that, especially against this team when, all their guys are finally playing. Not great, BA.
I mean, let me suck my teeth. Come on, bro. What are you, 504 Kawhi? Hell out of here. Hopefully that will not be par for the course, although that's a bad sign here in game number 3. Yeah, it's a red flag. All right, so speaking of red flags, I want to see how y'all interpret this. It's going to be a long bit here, guys. Dabo Swinney was on his coach's show. A kid named Tyler called in and was asking Dabo, why are you paid so much? Why are you paid $11.5 million to go 4-4? This is a full 5-minute rant. I want to see where you land on the other side of this. Here's Dabo Swinney.
Hey, Tyler, I've listened to enough of you, Tyler. Listen, you can have all your opinions that you want, all right? I don't know how old you are. Don't really care, all right? But let me tell you something.
All right.
We won 11 games last year, and you're part of the problem, to be honest with you, because that is part of the problem. It's people like you that all you do is the appreciation, the expectation is greater than the appreciation, and that's the problem. And so, we've won 12 10-plus win seasons in a row. That's happened 3 times in 150 years. So if you want to know why, Clemson ain't sniffed a national championship for 35 years. We've won 2 in 7 years. And there's only 2 other teams that can say that, Georgia and Alabama. Okay? Is this a bad year? Yeah. And it's my responsibility. Take 100% responsibility for it. But all this bull crap you're thinking, all these narratives you read, listen, man, you can have your opinion all you want, and you can apply for the job, and good luck to you, all right? But to answer your question, all right, we're second in draft picks. We've graduated 98% of our guys. We're second in wins, all right? If you want to know why, again, I'm telling you, we're not perfect. There's a lot of teams that, Frank Howard never had a bad year. Coach Ford never had a bad year. Coach K has never had a bad year in basketball. People have a bad year. But the part of the problem is the appreciation. I used to tell people all the time, they'd say, what's the difference in Clemson? I'm going to tell you. At some places there's an expectation, but at Clemson there's an appreciation. And what's happened at Clemson is we've won so much that even when it used to be the fun's in the winning, now even when you win, people like you complain and criticize the coaches and question everything. People like you, all right, when I hired Tony Elliott to be the offensive coordinator who never called a play in his life, I'm sure you were critical then. All right, and he took us to 2 national championships. People like you who just love to destroy people with your comments, all right, I'm sure you've never made any bad decisions. I'm sure you've lived a perfect life. I'm sure you've led a bunch of people. I'm sure you do your job in front. So to answer your question, I started as the lowest paid coach in this freaking business, all right? And I'm where I am because I've worked my ass off every single day. And I ain't going to let some smart-ass kid get on this phone and create this stuff. So if you got a problem with it, I don't care, all right? I work for the Board of Trustees, the president, and the AD. And if they're tired of me leading this program, all they got to do is let me know. I'll go somewhere else where there is an appreciation, all right? It's not just winning, it's how you win. And we are this is a tough year, but we've had 12 10-plus win seasons in a row. 12. We lost to Tennessee last year. They won 11 games for the first time in like 20 years. We've had 8 11 win seasons in whatever, 11 years or whatever. We've won 2 national championships. Clemson went 35 years. All right, probably since before you were born, your whole freaking life. And we've won 2 in 7 years. And we earned it. And we beat the best of the best to do it. The best of the best. 12 10-plus win seasons. So if you want to know why, that's why. Am I perfect? No. I'm far from it. I am a man of faith. Absolutely. All right? I'm 53 years old. And there ain't one thing in my life. I have been a part of failure many times. But there ain't one thing in my life that I've ever failed at, Tyler. Ever. All right? Ever. I wanted to get an education. I got 2 degrees. I wanted to be the first college in my graduate in my family. I did it. I wanted to go play football at Alabama. I earned a scholarship. Led her 3 years. Worked my ass off. Won a national championship. I wanted to get into coaching. I worked my way to being a head coach. And when I got this job, and I'm sure you didn't want me to get this job, all right? And 15 years later, I'm still here. And I say the results are what they are, and I stand on them. So you don't ever have to call back. I wanted to get married. I've been married for going on 30 years. I wanted to be a father. I've raised 3 great sons. If you don't like how I run the program, don't be a fan. I don't care. But I'm the head coach, and I'm going to do what I believe is right for the long term of this program, what's best for the players, and what I think is best for the moment. If you got a problem with that, that's fine. But you know, I'm not going to sit here and let you call. I don't give a crap how much money I make. You ain't going to talk to me like I'm 12 years old. You'd be freaking kidding me.
Tyler. Tyler was, I mean, bruh. So it's a weird mixed bag, right?
It's a lot. There's a lot in there.
Because at certain points, I'm like, Dabo, you're pretty soft. Like the whole expectation greater than appreciation. Well, the appreciation comes in the $11.5 million. And you're showing a fundamental misunderstanding of what that kind of money does to a person's mind. Like nobody's going to feel bad for you.
Right.
Nobody. But I do kind of like him going full like, I'm the man. You know?
He said his age.
Like, who are you, Tyler? Look what I done did, okay?
I don't know that
this place ain't never sniffed the championship from my ass got here.
I don't think I've ever heard Dabo cuss.
Times. No, I know. That's what
the
I'm saying,
first time
bro.
I think I've ever heard him cuss.
So I come out of it, and I'm kind of like, okay, Dabo, in the beginning, I feel like you're a little soft, but I kind of like when he went with like I'm going to mushroom stamp you with my resume there at the end. I thought that was, I don't know, I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I mean, they only won, I think it was 1981, the only championship they won before he got there. So I understand what he's saying there. But, you know, there's coaches across this country that deal with what he's dealing with all the time. I mean, all the time, within a season. It can be ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys. And when you get to be a standard of college football like Clemson certainly has been, that's just what happens.
Yep.
I mean, trust me, like there's Alabama fans that question Nick Saban at times. There's LSU fans that question Brian Kelly. There's Georgia fans that question Kirby Smart. That's just when you get to that level of a program where you're in the elite status, that's going to happen. Now, Clemson, I do feel like, has never really gotten that because of what their expectation was to what it grew to. Like at LSU and Georgia and Alabama and some of these other places, Notre Dame, like, well, it's been the expectation for a long time.
Yes.
Almost forever.
Yeah.
And so Clemson was a little bit unique in that fact, but
he's
you're here now.
Well, exactly. And that's the fundamental misunderstanding. He's showing, he's a bit wanting to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
You know? Like he wants to be the successful program that's won 2 natties in 7 years and 11, 8 11-win seasons, 11 10-win seasons in a row, but he doesn't want the negatives that come along with that, which is an unrealistic fan base that is going to bite you in the ass and refuse to accept that 4-5 is good enough I say 4-5, they'll probably be 4-5 after this weekend, when you're making $11.5 million a year.
And I do understand what Dabo was saying. Like, man, we have been really successful.
Yeah, I like that frustration,
here.
though. Like, I can appreciate that.
I've never heard Dabo like that. So, like, that part of it, like, I don't mind at all. But I think if I'm a Clemson fan, the thing I want to know, which, he's like, I don't have to tell you anything. He doesn't. I want to know, though, where are you going moving forward? What are you going to do? Are you going to do the things that you have to do to be competitive in this year of college football that's going to be different than we've ever seen college football be before? And also, like, this game is changing by the day. It is changing. There's new rules being put into place. There's things you can do. Are you going to keep up with everybody else? Because that's the biggest fear if I'm a Clemson fan. No transfer portal. You don't love NIL, and you have to love both to be able to move forward. Like, even Kirby Smart. A guy that did not dive into the portal a year ago, this offseason, what'd he do? Well, he went and got some players because he realized he had deficiencies. He had to go bring some guys in, and receiver and other positions because, well, some of those high school players that they've recruited, well, they're elsewhere because they weren't playing.
Yeah, it's and that's where maybe I wouldn't feel great about it, is because it felt like the end was basically him saying, like, F it, I'm going to do what I think is best, and his actions have told us what he thinks is best is no transfer portal and everything. So I do feel you on that. I don't know how I'd feel about that if I was a Clemson fan.
Two players.
I do love the threat, though, of, oh, you don't want me anymore? I'll go somewhere else. Because that does kind of get Clemson fans in line real quick, right? Because if Dabo leaves, you may not feel great about it, but, like, who are you going to replace him with?
Charlie Whitehurst.
Who are you going to hire that you're going to feel better about right now? I like Clipboard Jesus as much as the next person. But I don't know if that's going to make you feel better.
If you know Charlie, you know he does not want to be a football coach.
Who are you going to replace him with? You're going to replace him with Tyler? Okay, I don't think so. I love that. You ain't going to talk to me like I'm 11. Tell him, Dabo.
Yeah, did y'all know there's an M in 11?
You ain't going to talk to me like I'm 11. Hell yeah, man. Epic audio from Dabo either way.
Again, we've never heard him really like that. And so that probably is going to get a lot of attention from the Clemson fans. It's a program that he has undoubtedly built. Like, undoubtedly. Like, he has built that program from where he started to where they're at now. Again, 1981, the only national championship they had in their program history. And now each and every year, they're in that fight. Even 2 years ago when Pitt won the ACC, they won double-digit games, as you heard him say multiple times in that clip. They ain't going to do it this year. That streak is not going to happen this year. But I think it's more than just this singular year when you're looking at Clemson. It's not like if it was just they're doing all the things that they have to do and they're just losing games. Like you said, Coach K's got bad years. Everybody, like Roy Williams, had bad years. Coaches have bad years. But it's you not doing the things that you have to do to stay with the elite that are making people nervous.
He's just feeling a little old. Maybe feeling like he needs a little Rejuve Me medical in his life. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. I don't care if you're male, female, or named Dabo. Rejuve Me has a plan to get you where you want to be. You want to rejuvenate yourself. Maybe 53-year-old Dabo wants a little bit of Tyler's young energy. He could get that by going to Rejuve Me, getting his labs drawn, and figure out exactly where you're deficient and let them customize a plan for you. Remember, Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, now Shreveport as well. And look, maybe it's something like HRT. Maybe that's not for you. Maybe it's semaglutide. Maybe that's not. Maybe it's something as simple as B vitamin shots. The point is they have a ton of different treatments to get you exactly where you want to be. Rejuve Medical, RejuveMedical.com. What you giggling about?
In the chat, we needed Dabo to throw in some. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
a good. I'll tell you what, Bo.
Tell you what, Bo.
Tyler.
I just can't get over it. Tyler. I mean, even though I still wish that we had the original call. I want to hear exactly what Tyler said. And again, and I think this is also easy to understand, Jake, because anybody who's living their life is always going to struggle to appreciate what it looks like from the outside looking in. I still also think the other fundamental thing Dabo isn't giving credence to is nobody feels bad for you when you make $11.5 million a year. You know? Like it's and that's not fair. I'm not saying that's not fair, right? Like what it just is what it is. When everybody's out here struggling to make money and make ends meet and inflation's crazy and blah, 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 blah. Like there's just not a lot of pity for the $11.5 million a year guy who's doing a bad job currently.
Yeah. And certainly when you're making that amount of money and you start talking about the things you don't like about NIL, and we've all heard that narrative in the offseason, it's going to be a very interesting offseason there in Clemson and what they do. And you brought in Garrett Riley. So you can't make changes. I mean, Garrett Riley was like supposed to be the hottest assistant coach hired in the offseason, and it's just not working. And like last year, it was DJU's fault. Well, he's actually playing pretty well for Oregon State. Now it's Kay Klubnik's fault. It's like, well, eventually, like you have to take some of the blame and you have to reassess what's going on because you're still at a point where you can still make Clemson be an elite team, but you're losing ground every day. You're losing it to all the teams outside of the ACC, but you're also losing it to Florida State. Every single day, it feels like they're going an opposite direction of you. And guess what? Louisville's not going to get any worse.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, I promise you, Jeff Brom's has that place going.
2 signature wins in a weird way.
Yep.
Coaches go years searching for those first big ones, and Brom's got arguably 2 here in year number 1. No, I agree, man. It's a weird time in Clemson. I just kind of like seeing a little fiery Dabo, even if, again, I think some of it does reflect poorly.
They're 16th, Clemson is, in high school recruiting, according to On3. They're behind 2 ACC schools, Miami and Florida State.
When we get back, here at OTB, more off the bench. Keep it locked.
OTB, OT.
Noel Family Distillery. Listen up, Tyler. I'm sick of you buying vodka from Austin. Tyler, okay? It's time for you to grow the hell up, son. Start buying from the boot. Because Chip and Natalie Noel have worked for years to create premium, bold, exquisite taste. Whether it's Natalie spending months in Mexico studying the agave and creating a custom blend of Highland and Lowland agave along with some signature notes to create a Louisiana tequila, or it's years of refining the very sugarcane their family used to farm hundreds of years into delicious rum. It's all there for you from Noel Family Distillery in Dawsonville. Okay, Tyler? So grow the hell up and start buying from the boot. You bum, stop supporting the Longhorns or all these other schools out there. The official tequila of LSU Athletics, Noel Family Distillery.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Life in Louisiana is a song. A symphony of sound, colors, and movement. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front to back boat service.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case.
Your spine, shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Happy Halloween. Hope you're having a great Halloween. Can somebody check our DraftKings Sportsbook app? Is the Iowa under back under 30? I did a small bet on it yesterday at, I think, 31 to try to help push it back under 30. I really want to have
29.5, I think.
Well, that's what it opened at, but immediately got bet up into 30.
Yeah, it's over under 31 now.
Damn it. I need a screenshot with me having money on a line with an Iowa under 30. Hopefully one day. I will say that, did y'all see the news for the Hawkeyes yesterday, Jim?
It is fair season across the country, just not there in the state of Iowa.
Brian Ferentz has been fired, basically, kind of. They're saying he's not coming back next season. So he will finish out this year as OC, but he will not be back next season. And again, you're all going to say good or great or he deserved it. And for me, I'm just sad to watch one of the most legendary runs that I've ever seen in my entire life, because now maybe Iowa has a competent offense, and who knows what that means for the future. The Iowa under has been the most perfect, amazing, wonderful, inexplicable, yet consistent bet of all time the last 2 years. And I feel like somebody's going to come in and just ruin it. And man, Kirk's going to do his best, because Kirk hates offense. Like he'll do his best to stop, but you can control your son a lot easier than you can others. So,
how do you think that conversation went? Like the Ferentz, go into an office and Kirk calls Brian in there, and he probably knows what's happening.
Maybe it's over Sunday dinner. Do a little more personal than that in the workplace. I mean, do you really need to say anything, or is it just a look at that point? You're kind of like, he walks in and Brian Ferentz
He just points to the offensive rankings and goes hand down and just
he walks
shrugs.
in and Kirk's just doing the the Kevin James. He's just doing the Kevin James shrug, and Brian's like, all right, I get it. Yeah, well, it was a good ride, Dad. It was a good ride. Rest in peace, Brian. I can't tell you how much fun it's been betting over-unders at 31 points every single week and just knowing that money's going to wait on the other side. Who really wants Iowa with a functional offense anyway?
Iowa fans?
Like, isn't the most interesting, besides Iowa fans, but isn't the most interesting part about Iowa the fact that they're just this absurd Frankenstein, old school, straight out of black and white television of a football program who just plays defense and like loves punting and hates offense, but still manages to win the Big Ten West and go to Big Ten championships. Like, it's just crazy to me that we're going to lose that. So rest in peace, Brian Ferentz. You will be missed. And I'll continue to bet on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Remember, the NBA is back now, which means that you want to celebrate with an official sports betting partner of the NBA. You bet on any NBA bet, you bet $5. Okay, first off, sign up for the first time, use the promo code Baton Rouge. All one word. You bet $5 in the NBA, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. But if you're a returning customer, remember we got great deals going down every single NFL game day for you this year. Also, DraftKings parlays, both same game and of the multiple game variety, you can always get those bigger paydays. So basketball is always more fun when you're in the action. The crown is yours. Play the DraftKings Sportsbook app, promo code Baton Rouge. 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana, select Paris's only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms of sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms, licensee partner, Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-426-2537. Brian. Rip.
They need to just, like, go get, if you want to run that same style offense, okay, that's who you want to be. That's fine. Just go get, like, whoever the most innovative guy that runs that offense is. In fact, like, if you probably are being smart about it, go get someone who's done it in the NFL for a bit. And maybe he's, fallen out of favor there, but he's respectable, and he knows 21 personnel, 12 personnel, 22 personnel, and he's going to, be much better than your son was. Like, if that's what you want to do, go get the best that does that.
I wonder who the best of that would be now.
Dow Loggins actually probably, who's the coordinator at South Carolina, probably. I mean, he was in the NFL for a long time, OC there. South Carolina fans probably don't want Dow back.
No, South Carolina's in a tough way. Turns out, Ted Lasso.
When you get Ivy League offensive linemen, no disrespect to the Ivy League, to play in the SEC, it's not going to work well.
Well, also, like Ted Lasso, it's like you love him, but I haven't watched the most recent season, but he doesn't really win, does he? Is that like the whole thing on Shane Beamer, kind of? But,
they've had a few big wins, just not consistent.
Yeah, they had the 2 last year. They had 2. Randomly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Wow. When we get back, Ask the Bench. Keep it locked, OTB.
OT.
Iowa has the 44th ranked quarterback in the country committed to him, though.
Oh, okay. Top 50.
So there you go.
Why in the world would you commit to Iowa as a quarterback?
From Jacksonville, Florida.
Damn. You know who else from Jacksonville? Carson Beck.
He is.
You could drive down to Jacksonville with a rental from All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Could talk to Miss Lisa Sessions. Do I look more like I would drive a Tacoma or a Tundra?
Tacoma.
Hell yeah. With truck nuts?
No.
Damn.
You've had it since high school.
Hell yeah.
And it's still kicking.
Hey, he's still rolling because that's that Toyota engineering. Take advantage by going and seeing him off of Airline Highway Day, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. And look, it doesn't matter if you're looking to buy new Toyota certified used vehicle. You just need to rent, like we said. The best prices, the best people, the best deals, the best selection is all of an Airline Highway here in Baton Rouge at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
His name was King. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play. with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. National College football writer Matt Fortuna is here. We'll chat with Sean Salisbury and film review with Matty Hudak, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Ask the bench, can we get a yeah out of T-Bob? Jake? Tyler?
Yeah.
It's always right there, dude. It's just under the surface. Crashing a little bit right now. Shingles give me a little bit, but we're moving, boys. We're getting better. Ask the bench, do you give out homemade treats on Halloween? I wish we've done it in the past. Some people frown upon it. I don't know.
What kind of homemade treats?
Like made like little ghost cookies one year and kind of custom wrapped them. My wife spent a bunch of time custom wrapping something yesterday, but I think it might be for like one of my kids' classes, which is a bit different, more acceptable. But yeah, generally, I mean, I get it. You know, I get a little sketched out if I go to a random house and it's like not like a packaged sealed candy. So I think it's frowned upon.
And y'all's parents used to check your Halloween candy?
No.
Not really.
No, mine did not.
My dad was a cop, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
He knew too much.
You always heard the horror stories.
Yeah, he knew too much.
Do y'all ever check the gas handle when you go to fill up gas for like a hypodermic needle?
No.
The old thing about like there being like an AIDS needle in the gas pump. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Look it up. As I guys the bench, why does Party City still have plenty of sexy circus fat lady costumes in stock? I don't know.
What?
What is Party City what does Party City do after this month?
So they
They're
stay
every
open because they do
holiday.
like birthday parties,
Yeah.
stuff like
Okay,
that.
okay.
They do Christmas decoration.
not,
What am I thinking of?
Spirit
Halloween.
Yeah, what does Spirit do after
Go
this?
away.
Yeah,
Pack up
because
shop?
like they don't own any of their buildings. Because if you notice, like after Halloween, they're just vacant. Yeah, they just rent them for like the
Yeah,
month.
they rent
and then
anything like any business, big business says,
And then so they just.
They become a
Take
trap
away.
house. Perfect disguise.
Man, how you gonna tell me meeting at 10:30 suddenly at 10 minutes for a meeting? That's crazy. Ask the bench. Heard T-Bob's going trick-or-treating at Matt's house for some cookies. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of them E-Rock cookies and specials. She brings them to what you call it, Whiskey and Wine every week. It's awesome. Ask the guys to bench. What's on y'all's Halloween playlist? I've been listening to like an old school crooner one, but then also like Tubular Bells, the It Follows theme, Stranger Things, all the stuff. Nothing special.
I love that you've listened to this crooner music. That's right up my alley.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you're appreciating the good crooner out there.
Well, I mean, I've always I've never listened to it. I've never listened to the old Halloween ones. Even though there was one very problematic one I listened to yesterday about the boogeyman. It's all about like punishing bad girls. It just sounds it was all very weird. I wish we would have played it today actually, because there's gonna be no point in playing it tomorrow. Ask the bench. Does Taylor have the sudden urge to kill all of a sudden?
I do not. Actually.
Just
I'm very
eat burgers.
hungry still, but
Just eat
I have to go get something to eat immediately after the show.
Yeah.
But no, I do not have the urge to kill.
Ask the bench. Is Matt banned you from entering through his back door? Yeah, he said it's a lot. Ask the bench. Who wins, Freddy versus Jason versus Michael Myers to the death?
Jason.
I don't think you can ever beat Freddy.
Well, so on
Jason
the movie,
chopped his head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what does Freddy do? He freaking winks as he's walking away with his head.
Yeah, that could be like a last goodbye wink.
Nah. That's like this dumbass think he got me wink.
Wait till you go sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm an ethereal dream god that cannot be killed. Like, what are we talking about? Even though I don't know, Jason probably doesn't dream. So maybe
Or
like
sleep.
both their both their superpowers kind of nullify each other.
Maybe.
It's probably not Michael Myers though. Even though he's cool. That'll do it for today's show, guys. We love you. Hope you all have a happy Halloween. Hopefully, the only thing scary about this weekend is going to be how much ass LSU kicks. You all have a great day. Happy Halloween. Have a good spooky season.
OTB, OT.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with